I'm so excited to bring you home with me to New York City as I will be teaching the teachers. We're going to be fabulous. Check out QVC social channels tomorrow for In Her Beauty with me, Carmen D.
You're watching QVC.
I don't know, something about a Jay Jewelry show seems to bend the laws of physics and time and all that stuff, because I'll look down and I'll go, there's no way we're over halfway done. We have so much fun. And we have this much fun even when Scott is not physically next to us in the studio right now. Scott Grimes is joining us live via Skype from South Florida. This is a day, just so you know, that has been months and months and months in the making between our today's special value and all of the brand new pieces that Scott is bringing us from Jay Jewelry. So, Scott, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So, are the kids staying occupied otherwise, or are they banging on the door like, Dad,
They're literally in the pool.
That's great.
See, because my office is right next to all the bedrooms.
Okay. I always wonder about that. Like when somebody's doing a Skype, I'm like, how are you keeping the kids from banging on the door constantly?
Oh, this morning I had Nancy at 8 a.m. and all of a sudden we start and Olive gets up from behind me.
Yeah. Oh, God, that's
because
great.
the rest of the house wasn't woken up and she was afraid to go in the family room.
Oh, well, for heaven's sake, she's just as famous as you are at this point, so we'd love to see her. All right. So all that said, Scott, OMG. Here are and Scott sent me an email with some notes on each of our pieces, and he was, like, this carat weight, this many links, blah, 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 and then these earrings, and all he writes is OMG earrings. And I'm like, okay, what does he mean? I look at the image and I went, never mind, say no more.
Oh.
These are a knockout. It is the hammered disc. Let me do this for a second. Here's the earring that you may know already, right? That hammered disc, beautiful omega backing on that way. I mean, call it like your classic stud with a massive and beautiful upgrade. 6 easy monthly payments. You see 2 different prices on your screen because you have 2 choices. One has the solid 14 karat gold layered on top of that sterling silver. That's what you're looking at now. Or you can go with the all true sterling silver for $144.98, but they both enjoy 6 easy monthly payments. It's J367134. I popped on the 14 karat gold ones. I am completely obsessed as well. Scott, you never stop thinking and going and going and going, where did this come from? And thank you so much for it.
I'm going to call you Miss Diana Ross.
Thank you. Can we get some fans on the set, please, to blow our hair?
But look at the movement. Jen, you can't see, but it's so nice doing the show this way, too, because I get to see.
You can see it from that angle.
The jewelry looks fantastic. Look at the movement. So you have your perfect stud. So your choice of the 14 karat gold, and then it's in the basket weave that's holding it. That's framing it. But I then took your favorite 2.7 millimeter box chain and dropped 3, soldered on 3, and dropped these beautiful, almost fringe, but I hate to say the word fringe just because of that silver, because of that weight and that beauty. But look how it grabs the light when you wear it. If you love a chandelier and want something that is both modern, but so extremely classic, and it honestly has to be one of the easiest earrings to wear. It is flawless.
They're flawless and weightless. So, I mean, we're looking at, top to bottom, scraping at 3 inches. And, oh, wow, look at that.
That's so
that
good.
box
Go
right
for
there.
it,
What a
my friend.
great shot. And I wanted to grab one out here, too, to show you the backing. We have about 150 of each of these to go around. That's not a lot. So please act quickly if you're kind of freaking out about this like we are. And then at, the top, that hammered disc, this is, the core piece that we know and love, has the omega backing to it. Strong and secure, all of that basket weave, that solid sterling silver all the way around, but that omega is going to keep that securely in place, almost like I call an omega back Spanx for the ear, because it pulls the earring up and secure to the earlobe, and then this.
You've got the hammered texture of the silver or the 14 karat gold. Look at all the movement. But I have to tell you, Jen, and not to compliment too much.
Oh, please.
Go for the shot on you. They look so good.
Oh, stop.
No, I look at it, but no, look. Stop. No, come on, stop. Jen, they look so amazing. They look fun. They look flirty. They look classic. They look like you're ready to go out on the night on the town.
Right.
But on a jean and a t-shirt, I mean, they really are everything. And so many of you who have my 2.7 millimeter box chain necklace, I want to say we have close to 30,000 of just the necklace, which is the same gauge, that chain that's dropped there.
Oh, we see them on Adrienne. We were talking about jeans, right?
Oh, look at her.
And how about about the fact that you're wearing those earrings, which many would say is kind of like a statement look, and yet she's wearing a powerful piece around the neck, and I don't look like it doesn't seem like you're wearing too much.
It's not competing.
It's not competing. All right, we have less
And
than
you know what I
100
like about
each.
it too? Sometimes when it comes to,
Right.
if you turn around and call this a more fashion-forward earring,
Yeah.
it kind of looks trendy and it can sometimes look tchotchke, and normally the materials that it's made with
Right.
are not precious or pure.
That's a good point.
Here we've taken the best of the best, the beautiful sterling silver. We've taken your beautiful solid 14 karat gold. We've given you the cast studs on there, then all the beautiful, that liquid dripping sterling silver. My friends, I'm not going to beg, but I say get this home.
I totally. I say this all the time. Well, not all the time, but I'll tell people, like, I don't say just trust me all that often.
Yes.
Just trust me.
You're
They're
going to put
sexy.
these on to take the garbage out. You're going to put these on to brush your teeth. You're going to put these on to make coffee. Whether you have earrings or not, you're going to say, oh my gosh, I got to go put on my fringe earrings.
Oh, Scott, my daughter's gonna kill me, but she actually had well, she's not watching me anyway. She had a date on FaceTime, a first date on FaceTime. Yeah, and I'm like, some people do dressing up for their FaceTime dates, right?
You should.
She's gonna kill me, but I just told everybody that. Gabby, don't kill me. I got nowhere else to go. Okay, still to come. Oh, we're not gonna have time to present? Oh, okay. Frank goes, no, we won't. All right, so we won't have time to present this necklace, but I do want to let you know that it is available. And it kind of breaks my heart that we're not presenting it because we have the Morganite back in stock. But anyway, 6 easy payments from $30 to $100. Look at your gram weights that range because we have it going up to 72 inches. J362442. So this we're going to give another presentation to for a couple of reasons. One, you love it, and it's crazy popular. And
Well, and
two,
you got
I
us
want to make
two
sure everybody
extra
knows it's on
easy
6 Easy Pays. What's Scott?
You got us 2 more easy pays. You hooked us
Yeah,
up.
I have a little bit of pull. $75 is your easy pay on the Bull Status Link necklace. Even if you ordered it earlier, you still have the 6 easy pays. But it's J366681, and it comes in all the same motifs as our today's special value, which I will show you in just a few minutes. All right, my friends.
Oh. Remember this one, my friend?
You
and I kicked this off
did we really?
2 years ago
Oh, I'm so honored.
in June.
And I presented it a
pretty
million
special
times
value.
since. It is, all right, so just as an aside, I present a lot of jewelry. I'm one of your regular jewelry hosts. And I do know, while I'm not a gemologist or an expert in any way, here at QVC, I do know that a rarity is a customer top rating status. And there's a good reason for that, because there are a lot of different opinions when it comes to jewelry, and women are looking for different things. Fit, gram weight, wearability, price, of course. Everybody has a different style aesthetic. And to get a universal A+ on a piece of jewelry is a near impossibility. Unless we talk about this, the Icon. This is the round box chain bracelet. If anybody has any familiarity with this brand, they know the box chain. For those of you who don't know this brand, let me introduce you to it via the box chain bracelet. It is so good. It is a simple thing that's not simple at all. In fact, some of the hardest things to do, Isaac and I talk about this all the time, right? He'll say it's not rocket science when it comes to a t-shirt, and we go, actually it is. To get the perfect fitting t-shirt. To get the perfect and yet simple and everyday bracelet is rocket science, and Scott has mastered it. It is on sale. Now, I often encourage you to look at the price with the slash through it. Please do so now. $269.75. It is reduced by $70 to $199.98. Now is the time to act while we have all sizes. And this is usually what all sizes means. 3 sizes, small, average, and large. While I have small, average, and large, I now have the extra small and the extra large. And since we switched to this graphic, Scott, can you go ahead and speak to that? I don't know if you see it right now. It's the size comparison.
So the 2.7, which is the fringe that you saw on those earrings, that is one of the most popular necklaces. As a bracelet, our signature bracelet is that 5.3. That is what you can get every day from me. Well, I can't say every day because I think we're sold out
not
again.
every day.
But that is my tried and true. That's my basic. That's my steady. That's my signature. Then 2 years ago, I wanted to surprise and delight and blow your mind. So I had reached out and worked with the manufacturer that normally if you try to go to a retailer and get this 7.25 millimeter that Jen's about to present, it would be a 90-day waiting period that you would pay up front because they don't keep it in stock.
Right.
It's a special order. So I wanted to bring to you our boldest, our grandest, our weightiest sterling silver box chain. And as Jen said, I think it's close to 25,000 people have fallen in love with it, and then to make it customer top rated. And right there is why it is. It's tried and true. It's perfection.
It's perfect, and it feels like perfection. It is far harder to do than you might think. In fact, while we're talking about the status link from other designers in our today's special value, a box chain is usually far boxier than this. It is not rounded. It's not supple. It's not soft. It doesn't roll on the wrist. We have 400 remaining in all sizes. Frank, Scott said you weren't allowed to give me any more bad news, so
Yes,
sorry,
Frank.
I have to reject that.
I'm going to have to let you go, Frank.
Frank says he's going home. This has 220 5-star reviews. I know we put the gram weight right there on the screen. I can't wait for you to feel it. Read the reviews. I really thought this would be too thick for me. When I opened the box, it took my breath away. Love it alone, love it stacked. It has the swivel closure. It has the wearability to wear either on its own and be a statement piece or next to your timepiece, your Fitbit, your tennis bracelet, your status link bracelet, today's special value. Jackie Jaguar, I'm wearing the bracelet as I write this review. It's so beautiful, chunky, nice weight to it. Basically, what Scott did was he nailed the recipe for a perfect bracelet, and now we just say, give it to us in different gauges, in different sizes, and he's done exactly that. But this one is for the gal who wants to go all in.
And Jen, as you were saying, when it comes to a box chain, it's normally that perfect box.
Yeah.
But we were able to team up with the leading manufacturer, which is why the quality is so high end. And normally, you may have purchased box chains from around the world here at QVC or a brick and mortar, and you get them home and they're very light.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they fake it.
Right.
And one thing, when it comes to quality, you can't fake quality. So when we talk about the industry standard of 1 gram per inch, this one blows it out of the water.
Right.
Because I believe the 33 grams is for the extra small that you have there. So technically that extra small is about 6 inches.
Yeah.
Or 6 1/4. That should be I'll give it to you. Go to 7 grams of silver.
I'll give it to you.
Okay. But no, here you are at and again, just what you're doing there. How do you wrap all of that silver so easily and elegantly wrapped around your wrist when it's that thick?
All right, I have to give you an
It's because
update.
of the engineering.
We are sold out of the extra large. We have extra small, small, average, and large. And I think I heard 300 remaining. Oh gosh. Okay, 300 remaining. It takes time. It takes time even if you're literally sitting right next to Scott and he is styling your wrist and you say, oh, I love it so much, but do you have like a bigger one? 90 days to get that in, even if you are a private client with all the money to spare. We have some in stock right now. It is that status statement piece for less than $200 that you will wear for the rest of your life. The collectors I'm preaching to, and she's going, I know, I've been waiting for it, right? But I say all of that for those of you who are going, wow, that's a good looking piece of jewelry, and I think I went in on it. It's $33 to get it home. And how am I able to spin it like this without twisting my hands around? Look at the end where the lobster claw is. Swivels. And that may not seem like a big thing, but if you've ever tried to put a bracelet on by yourself without any thank you. Yeah, Adrian,
Jen,
we both live alone.
Have you ever gone to a store? Have you ever gone to a store and they've given you a swivel clasp? No, because no one takes the time and gives you the details.
Exactly. All right, so the price is going to jump up $70 eventually, guys. It's on sale right now, and it's almost gone. J354864. So, a couple of items to share you. Basically, item numbers and a quick bit of info with. May not get presentations. These are the gemstone bead drop earrings in your choice of onyx, morganite, lapis, I think that's chrysocolla.
Yes.
J363668. Look at your easy pay, $16 and change. And we have the same choices in this box chain bracelet. So everything we just told you about the box chain, scaled down a bit to 3.7 millimeters to pair appropriately with the, is this an 8 millimeter bead?
Yes,
Thank
8
you.
millimeter polished gemstone.
Oh, the morganite is gone. Dang it. J363667. It's my favorite gemstone. So my second pick of the show has a history, and the history is through you. We have presented this before. Actually, Scott and I have presented it before. and completely sold out. We finally have it back in stock. I remember this presentation. Scott and I were standing. I was going, this one's gone. Oops, I'm sorry, this one's gone. I was constantly interrupting because they constantly sold out. Now, I don't think we had the full range of extra small to extra large the last time we presented this. So now available, extra small, small, average, large, extra large. And the carved floral, now we have the beads, but I'm just going to point you here so you can see the carving. Carved floral bead bracelet in your choice of gemstones. And all of these gemstones, even on Gem Day, where we have gem presentations all throughout the day, are rarities. So, and just kind of appropriate to the line because everything is unique and special and different. It's J360565. It's on sale, down from $156 to $125 at an easy pay of $25. So I'll take you quickly through the choices and then we'll kind of go back from the top and talk about the why of each. So this is your lapis. Over here is your carnelian. Get that beautiful deep, almost like deep tangerine orange. Next to that, green aventurine. Come on. Next to that, when was the last time I even said the word charoite?
Love. Oh.
It's too bad we don't have a way to find out Scott's favorite.
I don't have favorites. I love all my children.
I don't know. And then the magnesite. Oh, I love how each of these stones have personality to them. It's customer top rated. So back to back customer top rated jewelry items, that I don't think has ever happened to me in all the years that I presented jewelry. But Scott, I mean, I think this is one of those like, I'm asking you the question, I already know the answer situations, but why did this sell out so quickly the last time we presented it?
Well, so I'm going to go further back.
Okay.
4 years we've been bringing this.
And it's sell out after sell out after sell out.
Well, so 4 years it's been that carved floral texture. It's still been a toggle. And think about that. Quite often, the number one complaint is I don't do toggles because I lose them, they fall off. How are we, tens of thousands of people have gotten this home and made it customer top rated because the engineering is right. That toggle, which is beautifully carved, and I want you to picture the perfect flowers that will never die. Every piece of silver that you see on that bracelet is solid and it's completely carved and hand applied oxidation and it's cast. So I can go over and over, but it's that quality. What I want you to do then is look at the colors. Which color do you absolutely love? Which color do you want to put on your wrist to brighten up your day? Are you the lapis lover? Do you love the flecks of the gold that go through it? Do you love the deep blue sea of there? When you spoke to the carnelian, for me, that orange color, it was all about recreating the sunset in Botswana.
Wow, look at that.
So it was to give you that deep burnt orange, as you said, almost like a tangerine.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring colors. Of course, I wanted the ones that you all love. The lapis is a tried and true from 4 years ago. This is 6 months in procuring the gemstones and then color matching all the gemstones. So again, here we're probably about a 30% rejection rate. Wow. After they've been polished to lay them out and to make sure they're all the same coloration for you.
Now, Frank, which one did you say was last call? Magnesite, thank you. All right, let me pull that. I know I'm bouncing around here, but.
You're perfect.
Magnesite, last call, and charoite? Oh gosh, it's happening again, Scott. What's going on?
Look at okay, can we do a tight shot of just the charoite bead?
Okay.
I love, and I apologize you guys from doing this from
No, you're
being
good. You're doing very good directing from Florida. This is great.
No, and I apologize, y'all, but okay, look at that.
Look at that.
It's a world in there. You've got the sterling carved floral bead, but look at the depth. Look at the light. It's like its own little purple moon.
It's like it's a shot from Hubble. Like
we
found this new planet.
Yes. I mean, and that's literally what you're going to get with every gemstone. Look at the magnesite there. Look at all the detail.
Magnesite. Oh, look, oh, wow. Wait for this close up. Look at I like to call it personality.
Yes.
That's when you know it's the real deal.
I mean, for me, it's like this marble tileway.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going through India where you see those gorgeous agates, you see the workmanship through the Taj Mahal, but then you have all the beauty of the floral. You've got all that carved, that hand workmanship going through there. And for me, here, it almost cheats itself like jade.
Totally.
It's the jade faker.
It's the jade. They all have their own special properties, but I would agree with you on that in that it has this almost translucency to it.
Yes.
That lightness. Oh, look how it goes in my dress. Well, there aren't many other gemstones that really mimic that. So I think that's so beautiful. And then, of course, that lapis, which has become, I don't know, I feel like every year I present lapis gets more and more popular as more and more women discover it.
Well, and the blue gemstone in lapis. Lapis is one of the most popular gemstones in the world, and
That's
it
what I
has
thought.
been for over a century.
Yeah. Oh, look at
I
it.
mean, think about it. We can go back to Cleopatra, who used to crush up lapis.
That's right. She made eyeshadow out of it.
Yes, she's our fancy gal friend.
She is fancy gal. Thank you, please. I would like to just preserve mine for beautiful jewelry.
Adrian, you're rocking it. I love it.
I love this combination.
The color story.
And I'm with you. I mean, it doesn't take a lot. I don't have a lot of pet peeves, but like a toggle that's either hard to close
No, that's
or opens
when-
the second I wear it.
so. When I first presented this
Yeah.
4 years ago, and soon as I put it on our J Facebook page, I probably had 20 to 25% people say, "Why'd you do a toggle,
Why'd you do a
Scott? I
toggle?"
won't buy a toggle. It's going to get lost." And I said, "Give me a chance to prove you wrong." That's 4 years ago. And we continue to bring it forward because all of you have shared. You did it right, Scott. It doesn't come off. It's easy to put on. It's beautiful wherever it turns around my wrist. The 8mm polished gemstones with the 8mm carved floral beads and that beautiful toggle is just stunning. Just pick your favorite color.
I've
All
learned
natural
now
gemstones.
not to be like cynical of anything that Scott makes. Like I'm not gonna question you on the toggle or anything because I know you did it right. Now I have an update for you. Magnesite, last call, charoite. Fewer than 4 dozen. These are the 2 to watch. Green aventurine, 100 remain. Carnelian, 150. Lapis, and over here, guys, the lapis we show you in every single size. So we have now the extra small and the extra large. And go with whatever your usual size is. But if your usual size, like for me, I usually go with extra small and it's still too big, like it comes down halfway down my arm. So now I'm wearing the extra small. And please remember also, and this is where as hosts we have to kind of retrain our words. I'm so used to saying 30 days to love it or return it. It's 90 days now. You have 90 days to exchange or return. So if you want to change into a different gemstone, you want to change into a different size, that's completely up to you. Since we are still here, can I just sneak
Please
this
do.
in?
Yes.
This is the only part of being on Skype that kills Scott is that he can't style every single piece on
Literally.
our wrist.
But and honest, but look how perfect that plays
It's-
together.
I mean, look at that. Come on.
So
See?
my goal is with the today's special value, with all of our pieces, you're going to have signature textures that you can mix and match. The artistry will always be there. The quality will always be there. So find out what you love, whether it's the color of the gemstone or it's the today's special value, and then you start to create your own perfect look.
Right.
And the quality of these gemstones, remember, coming from my world of couture, I have the opportunity, not because of Jay, but because of my couture world, to knock on certain gemstone suppliers' doors that I could never. And because of that, you're getting that quality of look how deep that lapis
know.
is.
Basically,
at
what
the
Scott just
flexibility.
said in a very eloquent way is that he can knock on a door and say, "Don't you know who I am?" And they say,
And
"Yes,
they'll
we
say,
do, Mr. Grimes."
absolutely not.
Well, we
And I'll
do.
say, but do you know who I work for?
There you go. Oh, hey guys, if you want any of these, it's just like the last presentation. You need to act quickly. So charoite, magnesite, green aventurine, carnelian, and the lapis. Most of those are at last call or almost there. 5 easy payments of $25, and price jumps up soon. Okay, this is how we started the show.
Oh.
All right, we have fewer than 250 remaining, even though it's brand new today. A first time ever first look. It's the Cherry Blossom Wrap Ring. It's less than $110. It's on 5 easy payments. I'm still wearing it, so look for it in close-up shots. I'll be sure and sneak it in. $22 to get it home. J367131. Also popular from earlier, my pick of the show, the leather and gemstone. Black spinel, super popular. That's rhodolite garnet on top of the black leather, and then that blue has citrine. 6 easy payments of $39.16 in extra small, small, average, large. J367076. Here's what they're saying about what's coming up next. This exceeded my expectations. Love it. Lovely piece of art. Just gorgeous. Receive this piece today. Amazing quality. Love, love, love. I have so many J pieces. Hey, I'm starting to get the sense that you really dig this brand. Well, that's why we're bringing you our today's special value. It is a first in a line that is known for its firsts. But this beautiful balance of new today, first time ever, never seen before, paired with time-honored traditions. And by time-honored, I also mean often omitted. These are the attention to detail, artisan craftsmanship steps that most jewelry producers, and I mean names that you know instantly, these steps are skipped that you see right now. And there's a reason that they're skipped. They're laborious, they're time intensive, and they are expensive. And what Scott, the man that we've been kind of joking with throughout the 2 hours, is having a lot of pull, having a lot of experience. It's actually serious and true. A man who, in a world where a lot of people go, okay, let's go ahead and make this fast and cheap, has always said, we will never do that. And that is why you are looking at, for the first time ever, I'm going to turn to the side here so you can see the thickness of those links. The first status link, it took 7 years to get it up to basically the specification. We got it right. Yes. It is introduced to you at a $70 savings. That price, it's important for you to know, goes up at the end of the day. You will not be able to look this up at QVC.com and still lock in a $199 price. Now, everybody pays the same price. Not everybody's getting the same gram weight. Although, even if you're going with my size, the extra small, you're getting 32 grams in a bracelet. And then you see how the gram weights increase with each of your sizes. Extra small, small, average, large, and extra large. 6 easy payments of about $1 a day. Free shipping and handling, 90 days to wear it and either love it and keep it or decide that you want to exchange or return it, no questions asked. Here's what you will need to do. Obviously, figure out what size you are if you don't know already. And then, which of the motifs do you love? Which of the themes that have become iconic within the J brand most identifies with your aesthetic? And we have those 3 choices right here. So the one that I've been turning and playing and has been most popular in our show is the carved floral. You know it already. We've been talking about it actually just now in our gemstone bead bracelet. This came before this, and there were others before this. You have fallen in love with the floral design, and so that's included in our choices. Here in the center, that is your basket weave. And that basket weave, its own beautiful story we've been sharing throughout the show. We'll revisit again. You may also call it the chevron or the heart piece. And then, I mean, how many times have I said iconic in this show in reference to the box chain? And there is the box chain in between each of your bold, solid status links in J366680. No other designer whose name has any weight is either doing a piece like this, as in solid, nor are they doing this even hollow or resin filled at a price like this. $199.98. J366680 is your item number. Scott, I know it's been a long time coming. I do have to tell everybody, ouch, that the box chain is at last call with 150 remaining, and that's in all sizes. Actually, we are sold out of, I'm sorry, okay. All we have is extra small, average, and large in the box chain, all right? And so this may be your last presentation seeing that particular choice. So, Scott, set everything up for you. I know this is a long time coming, and my job is to try to make sure everybody understands that something like this simply doesn't exist at this price tag. That said, a great price tag does not a great piece of jewelry make alone. It has to be something that you fall in love with, and we're falling in love with this.
Which is always, I've enjoyed presenting this way because I can actually see the jewelry on you, and I get to experience what all of our QVC viewers are experiencing, which has been amazing. This piece has been so important to our brand because if you look at all the major design houses around the world, they all have a very specific status link.
Yes.
It's what most of the ladies covet. It's normally aspirational, and they call it status link. For me, status almost schmatus, because status for me means you are a woman who knows her self-worth. You're a woman who knows what quality is. You're a woman who will invest in yourself, and you like iconic designs. The only thing that we have done differently here is modernize what is something that's classic to us. So the status link is old school. We can go back 100 years, and it's funny, go back 100 years, but yet in JCK today, last week for the jewelry world, the big talk was how bold status links are all the rage. And you laugh.
I was going to
Those
say.
of us who are, no, but you laugh because I remember with my mom saying, "Oh, it's all about the black dress this year. Oh, maybe it's a leopard print." Yeah, I mean,
It's like when Justin said he's bringing sexy back, and I'm like, when was that not?
yes.
When was that not a thing? Okay.
No, completely. So what I wanted to do is, over the past 7 years, is find out what we J are good at. Find out what you, our J collectors, and at the same time our QVC family wants from designer jewelry. Find out what you don't have in the market. When you're going to your brick and mortar doors or you're shopping here on QVC, you're saying, "I'm going to pass, I'm going to pass, I'm going to pass." I want to know why you're passing. What I heard was you don't want hollow links. You don't want resin-filled links. You want nothing but quality, but you also don't want something that looks like it's 100 years old.
Yeah.
You want something with a modern, fresh interpretation.
Yeah.
So as we've spoken to over the past hour and a half, our box chain design is signature for Jay. It's our DNA. The box chain in the world of jewelry has been around since the earth cooled, but the box chain is normally a simple box. It's normally a little masculine. It's normally not refined. It's normally not rounded. I've taken your box chain that you love, that I do, whether it's your 2.7, your 3.7, your 5.3, your 7.25. Adrienne has the 7.25 right there. I've taken that box chain that she has there. Look how I opened up the links.
Hey, that's
I've
a really good point.
elongated them.
This is going to give our friends at home a good sense of scale, because we've been talking about the largest gauge, the thickest gauge of that
Yes.
box chain. And there she is seated next to the status link. And both of them are holding their own beautifully. Neither is overwhelmed by the other, but that will give you a sense of just how bold this particular bracelet is. I do need to ask, please, if you are placing your order, we've become busy on our phone lines, probably because you're hearing how limited the box chain is, so a lot of you are piling on to try to be one of the last to get it. Your quantity ordered, look at that, 8,287 orders today. Now, I want to give you a couple of updates, and we'll start actually with the basket weave. Extra large is at last call. So that's the one I'm holding right now. In fact, if we do want to come back, if we are giving updates on the basket weave, I'd love to kind of shift gears and start talking about this one. If you want that extra large, you're going to need to be quick. And so here's that basket weave. Scott, where did that motif come from?
So basket weave, come with me to Botswana. Let's all go to out of Africa.
Let's do it.
And literally it was inspired by the tribal women who are the fisherwomen in Botswana. And it was trying to recreate, if you've ever been a collector of the woven baskets, Botswana is historically known for it. They do one of the tightest weave, and then they heat up and they boil flowers to then give you the natural coloration. I wanted to give you those clean lines, but again, all my years as a stylist, I wanted to give you a wearable chevron pattern. So whether it's the chevron pattern you see, whether you see the dripping and the dancing hearts, or if it is that Botswana basket weave you see, but look how great it plays off each other. This has a little bit more of a high polish with your high polish links. And everything here again is solid. I've done a nice graduation where it starts with your largest link in the middle of the bracelet. And you'll notice how then as it goes along the side, and I'm talking, it's just millimeters of difference. But that's the engineering feat that creates the beauty, and that's what your eye sees. And then the floral pattern, Jen, you and I know for the past almost 5 years, the floral is the most popular texture that I've ever brought to QVC. Where box chain is the most popular design, floral is the most popular texture. Each of those, anywhere where you see those flowers, that started off as wax. It's then hand carved. It starts, again, it all starts off as a hand sketch.
Oh, you want me to? Hey, I'll hop over. I think we have it all set up.
Oh, rock on. If you
want to
if
show
you want
that?
to.
Okay, let's do that. And I'll invite you as I hop over, because we're going to do a little show and tell here and show you the process that is involved in making this. Continue, please, to place your orders at QVC.com. If you prefer to call us, then by all means do so. Just know that there might be a little bit of a wait. If you're brand new to QVC, our website is the best place to go. It's J366680. You can type that into the search bar, and then we'll show you all the choices. You tell us size, you tell us motif, you tell us how you want to pay. QVC does not do memberships or background checks or anything like that. It's like you buy from any other website, and then it ships to you right away. You have 90 days to decide if you love it, and if you don't, you send it back. So here I am over at the show and tell. I worked all night on it. Just kidding. I literally just walked in. But Scott, you were starting to talk about that process, and I think this will really help women understand how something that's less than $200.
Well, first off, can we just look at it on you for 1 second?
Oh,
if that's okay.
Of course.
No, because, and I say that because look, you are wearing a perfect, simple, elegant dress. And you have a bracelet that pops, that elevates the look, and then you have this gorgeous necklace. What is the combination is the fact that they're beautiful status links. The fact that you've got a mix of high polish and texture, but look how it finishes off so elegantly and perfectly.
Yes.
It looks refined, it looks modern, it looks fresh, but you know what? It looks luxury.
It is luxury.
So I digress. So
Yes.
from there, if we'll do a quick walkthrough.
Okay.
Each of your bracelets started like that. That's a hand sketch. That's how we bring. So it's over and over, multiple renderings to get the perfect flower motif, to get the perfect rectangle. And that's when we know that we want to take it from there. And then we want to give it to our master artisans, and they're going to start carving it in wax. There's the basket weave, but just down to the shading.
Yeah.
Look at the level of dimension, the depth. Everything is about the detail. I mean, it's crazy when you think about it,
Right.
that much time can go into it. Then, so those individual wax carvings. So see how delicate that is, Jen?
Yeah.
That starts as a cube of wax. They call it the lost art of wax carving. Again, most brands and high-end brands, fine jewelry, no longer do this, which is why it's called the lost art. They will then engrave with the smallest amount of pressure to give you the highs and lows in the wax, because what we're going to do is we're going to take that wax carving and we're going to make a silicone mold. So with your silicone mold, that's right there that you're holding,
Mhm.
on there, we make a casted version, but on the inside, if you hold it up just a little bit at an angle to the camera, perfect. You're going to see the negative effect in there. So that's the high polished one. You then take it out, you close it. And if you see at the one end, Jen, where there's a little bit of a circle, from there, our artisan is going to go right up to the machine and inject that full of wax. They then cut it open. They're going to use that probably 10 to 15 times until they have to make a new one. They're going to take the wax that's there, and there you see the wax tree. And I apologize, it got beat up because of the delicacy flying in from Thailand. But those are the actual links of your bracelet.
Wow. Oh.
So up top, you see the floral, down
this is
below the
heavy.
high polished. And look at that. Then we turn around and we fill that wax tree with all gorgeous sterling silver. We heat it up to just under 1,000 degrees. It completely solidifies, it cools down, and you're left with this mammoth piece of art, which is the silver tree. We cut off every individual component because everything is solid and cast. And that's one bracelet there, you guys, laid out that hasn't been soldered.
That has not yet been.
Look
All
at
this
the-
is done by hand.
Yes. And look at the attention to details. That silver hasn't been polished. There's
Right.
no oxidation. Almost looks muted. Almost has a yellow undertone. You're like, it doesn't look like silver. That's what silver looks like
Right.
before you've done your
Before
details.
it's touched by human hands. And so then it
Yes.
has to go through the process of hand-applied oxidation and the
And we
polishing.
solder each link.
And the solder,
exactly.
yes.
And then we hand apply, and then you'll have your finished product with all the details and all the beauty.
Piece of
I mean,
cake,
just-
right?
So when I've been asked, okay, we adore it, Scott. It looks fantastic. We like that it's modern. We like that it looks like it has a chunky appeal, but it's not a chunky feel. We like the weight of it. This was the 7 years of the process to give you something that we knew would be perfect. And I was telling a couple of our host friends, Jen, they're like, so we heard lots of people are loving it, and a lot of people are buying Jay for the first time. So I called my team. I go, oh my gosh, I think we set the bar too high.
We've
this
spoiled a
is
lot
your-
of people. Yeah.
Now, if this is someone's first purchase,
Oh, man.
I mean, again, and I say that just because the look is fantastic.
Right. Well,
The
and then I would
quality is
also, I'm a little nervous because then she's going to get this home and feel it and experience it and come to expect a price tag like this.
No, that's
right?
what I'm saying.
Yeah. So it is important for you to know that is not the normal price. Well, there isn't a normal price for this because Jay's never done it before. But I can share with you that it simply shouldn't be, and it won't be, $199.98. Eventually, it will be $269.75. And even that is an absolute steal. If you compare or try to find
Yes.
something similar, please know that in many cases you are paying for a name. And that name is often lovely and has a very good reason for being something that's prominent and well known. But once a name hits a certain tipping point, then things can be scaled back and the name kept
Yes.
and the price kept high.
And
Am I
doesn't
right?
doesn't that perturb all of us? You fall in love with the brand,
Right.
and they get super popular,
where's
they
the
spend
quality?
all their money on marketing,
Yep.
and they take it away from what you fell in love with for the first
It
place.
happens. It happens
Which
a
is
lot.
which is why we're exclusive to QVC. I don't have to impress anyone but you guys.
No brick and mortar, no celebrities to
I don't-
endorse,
No,
no
I don't have to
magazine
pay
ads.
anyone to do anything.
Okay,
It's just me,
update.
you, and Skype.
So what did we lose, Frank? In the box chain, small is gone, average is gone. So what do I have left? That's the better thing. Extra small and large only. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk you through your choices again, and then Scott, people have some questions about sizing, I'm sure, because we have the more broader offering.
Yeah.
So I'll ask you to address that. But for those of you who do know, these are your 3 choices in like style, in motif, in theme. Everybody's going to have these bold status links, and you'll notice that even that status link is a little bit of a smaller gauge and then graduates larger and larger. This will make it more wearable, more balanced on the wrist, so you don't have this clunky, heightened piece on the wrist that just is really uncomfortable. So here it is in the floral. There's that carved floral. We just showed you the walkthrough of how that was created.
That's our most popular texture in the history of our brand.
It continues to be. So here is the basket weave. Little cleaner look, and yet still very feminine, very beautiful, very strong, goes with everything. And then that box chain that I updated you on, that we now have very, very, very limited sizing in. 6 dozen in total. This will leave us before the next presentation. Now, here's what you do need to know. I have no advanced order date, like, oh, the box chain sold out and then we can ship another set in June. It doesn't exist. The price goes up at the end of the day. The price will not exist tomorrow. Gram weights, we can't brag on this enough, but remember, it's one thing to have a high gram weight and it's another to show you what we did with it. And what is
Yes.
done with it is remarkable. 32 to 41 grams, where in the world of designer jewelry, a gram per inch is impressive. So 6, 7, 8 grams would be an impressive amount, but you know what? We couldn't call it bold. We certainly couldn't call it solid. And I don't think we would call it a status bracelet, right? So Scott, as everybody's looking at the extra small, small, average, large,
Yep.
of course we're getting questions that a lot of people are tuning into QVC for the first time. Help guide our gals toward her right size, if you don't mind.
So basically, when you go on to QVC.com, you're going to see the word fit, and you're going to see the length written. There was two different notices for you. I want you to go by your fit, please, because the length, because this is a bold box chain link, we wanted to give you a couple extra millimeters and centimeters and almost inches. So as Adrienne has it worn there, it'll give you that perfect drape. You don't want this.
You
If
don't
I
want this
gave
tight.
this to you in the traditional size small, the actual length, it would fit like an extra small.
Mm-hmm.
If I gave it to you in the average, it would fit like a small. So go order whatever fit you like. If you like the fit of an average, stick with the size average. If you get a small and you're like, I love the small, but it's normally when I put my hand up, it goes too far up my wrist,
That's me.
or it comes too far down my hand when I'm wearing it, go to the extra small.
Yes.
So, and then of course with the large, so I've been asked and I've been shared that people appreciate that we do the extra small and extra large, and especially the extra large too.
Sure.
Because when I did personal appearances for John Hardy, I used to go to the men's division to pull the longer lengths.
Oh, right.
And I used to hear, I'm not a man, I don't want a man's bracelet.
Yeah.
So
get
I
it.
wanted to make, but unfortunately, so many brands out there don't have the ability unless it's their own store.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're other retailers, you're controlled by them, so you don't have that opportunity to service everybody.
Yeah.
So this is why it's been such a huge movement and such a priority for us to bring in the extra smalls and extra larges.
And I would call out too, because I realize not everybody typically orders an extra small or extra large because we don't often have that available. If you need to exchange it, guys, that is free. All right. So we're not going, oh, sorry that you need to swap it out. That'll cost you $7. That's free to exchange. All right. So maybe try that size. Even at, like for me, I usually go with the small. And when the extra small was available, I thought, okay, maybe that's going to be too small. Let me try. It was perfect. All right. So no need to exchange. Scott, who's in the room?
You hear them?
You guys
That's
can't see,
Christian.
but I can still see Scott's face on my monitor at all time, and he's going.
Christian just came in, and he may or may not have been with clothes on from the pool, and he goes, "Why are you talking?"
That's hysterical. All right,
That's
so we
my-
won't
he's-
ask you to put him on the
He's
screen.
2.5 years old, okay? So
Oh, hi, Kristen. I'm letting Daddy go in a minute and a half. Okay. And one other thing that I wanted to show you guys, I know I spoke to it, but this wide shot will show you the graduated links. That's so important, guys. It makes the fit comfortable, because I understand if you're looking at this and going, wow, a lot of gram weight, feels, you'll feel that weight. Am I going to want to take this off the second I go to get to a keyboard, for example? Folks, you will not. You would if every link was this size. But you won't
Completely.
because it graduates. That's the attention to detail. And then, of course, if you're looking for like, hey, what did they skip to make it this price? I got nothing for you because everything swivels, including the clasp. So comfort, weight, status, treating yourself, affordable price, 6 easy payments of $33.33, free shipping and handling. I'm so tickled.
Okay, so here, we'll keep it PG, okay?
Of course. Hello, honey bunny. Look at you. That's you.
He has an ice cream cone.
Ice cream. Can I have some ice cream, Christian? Oh, I guess I can't. That whole thing's going right in his mouth.
This is how we homeschool at the Grimes house.
Yes.
Swimming in ice cream.
Christian, I want to get in the pool. Oh. I got to wrap it up. That was the best way ever to end a show. I love you so much, Scott. I miss you terribly. Hey, guys, stay on the phone lines or QVC.com to select yours. But if you want that box chain, you're going to be one of the last few because it's almost gone. J366680 is your item number. It ships for free, but the price goes up at the end of the day. And remember, the necklace is on 6 easy monthly payments. It is a knockout. The Status Bold Link necklace on 6 easy payments of $75. I'm wearing it now. You can adjust it from 16 to 20 inches. All right. Folks, if you like, and I would love for you to, please follow me on Instagram and Facebook. It's Jennifer Coffee QVC. I've been live streaming every single day as we all just kind of pull each other through all this madness and try to have some fun and make light of it. Lots more shopping to continue you through the rest of the day, and I will see you on Thursday afternoon. Bye-bye.
One of the most rewarding parts about launching WEN is getting to know my customers, hearing your stories throughout the years, become part of my friends, part of my family.
I've been a WEN girl for the last 13 years.
Been using WEN for a while and I love it.
To know that I've gotten you to love your hair at the age of 60, that's why I do what I do.
He really cares so much about his customer, and it comes across instantly. I think anyone who uses the products is part of the WEN family.
Chaz understands the profound impact that family has on a person.
I want to thank you for all your love and support throughout the years. It's the WEN Friends and Family Sale.
And you get to take advantage of that Friends and Family sale. I'm Mary Beth Rowe. Thank you for watching us this afternoon. We're going to talk about hair. Hair can be so frustrating if you can't get it to do what you want it to do. And as we get older, our hair changes. And sometimes that becomes even more frustrating. So we have WEN for you if you've heard of it but never tried it. Today is a perfect day to try it because everything from WEN on air and online is going to be 20% less than the QVC price. And that's a sale price for you. And then everything is on 6 easy payments from WEN, both online and on air. Chaz will be calling in just a few minutes, but first of all, we want to show you something that really is the way to get started with WEN. It's a 32 ounce of the cleansing conditioner. This is what we all stock up on. This is what we all use. This is what we end up, it was our first time to start with it, that type of thing. So if you want to get this and you want to get it either a single shipment or auto delivery, you can do that. The typical price would be $58. We're at $39.60. So just keep that in mind. We're giving you a much better price, and that price and the Easy Pay goes away at the end of March. So just keep that in mind. We're going to go ahead and get started because, well, I'll tell you, one of these is one of my favorites. So I'll tell you when I get there. This is another great way to start with WEN because you will get that 32 ounce cleansing conditioner. That's what's going to cleanse and condition all in one. You don't have to have 2 different bottles to cleanse and condition. I know it's crazy. I know I didn't believe it for a while either, but I am definitely a believer. So you're going to get your 32 ounce cleansing conditioner. However, this right here, this jar is called the Remoist Hair Mask. And this is so super hydrating. And in fact, this is the super size jar. It's 8 ounces, and that would literally cost you $160 by itself. So just letting you know that. And then we also have what we call the replenishing treatment mist. And this is going to be super hydrating for hair, for skin. I mean, you can use it for anything, anytime, anywhere. And we have beautiful fragrances to go with you. And we say fragrances or scents, but the fact is there's nothing harsh in here when it comes to the fragrance. It's all botanical oils from the actual things that it's made out of. Let's start down here. Starting with, we've got 4 spring flavors, as we call it, or flavors, scents, but then we also have 4 of the summer scents too. Starting here, we have the spring cherry blossom. Think about what that smells like when the cherry blossoms come out. And if you've ever had the opportunity to be in Washington, D.C. and be able to smell the cherry blossoms and see it, you'll know it's soft, it's pretty, it's beautiful. Then we move on to our spring orange blossom. If you step out of a car and you're in all of a sudden in California or Arizona and you smell that orange blossom, it just reminds you of vacation. That is a beautiful floral too. We also have our spring fresh floral, and this is going to be a mixture. It's like a bouquet of flowers, but not overly floral. None of these are overly floral. And then we also have the spring honey lilac. Imagine, remember back to when you were kids and you'd be walking home from school or walking by your friend's house and there was that lilac bush. And you always went over and smelled it. Ah, it smelled so good. That's your spring lilac right there. Then we move into summer scents. Now listen, we don't normally bring out the summer scents until June, but because this is a big 20th anniversary, when started 20 years ago. They've been here at QVC 15 years. So they have their seasonal scents, but for you now with the 20% off the QVC price and the 6 easy payments, they're letting you get in on these summer scents. Starting right here, this one is the Summer Melon Mint. And that is a yummy one. If you like a little mint, just almost a cooling factor to it, but also the melon just, you know, makes that mint soft and subtle. Then we move on to one of my favorites. This is Summer Tropical Paradise. And you can see it's everything from the pears to the peaches to the pineapple to the watermelon, all mixed in here. These pictures are not there just for pictures. That's actually showing you what's inside. So if you want to try something with a tropical scent, go with that Summer Tropical Paradise. Here is Chaz's favorite. I know that for a fact. His favorite is Summer Honey Peach. And he likes all of them, of course, but this one he just can't get enough of. The Summer Honey Peach right here, so yummy. Think about peaches just smothered in honey. That's what's going to be in here with your cleansing conditioner. And then right here, this is my favorite. This is what was in my shower this morning when I used it, the Summer Coconut Lime Verbena. I buy everything in the Summer Coconut Lime Verbena. I'm obsessed with it. I'm so sorry, but it's true. And I thought I would just put my obsession out there right at the beginning of the show. Here's the thing. I want to remind you, first of all, this right here, the 32-ounce cleansing conditioner would be $72 by itself. Then, as I said, 16 mask treatments on your hair right here in the Remoist mask. That would be $160. Just those two alone would be $232. Our price is $77.40. That sale price is only for the rest of March if it lasts till the end of March. Okay, is Chaz there yet? Not yet. Okay, that's fine. Here's some before and afters. And let me just tell you about Chaz. I'll kind of, talk about him before he gets on the phone, right? Okay, so first of all, we have Jill. And this is interesting because this was back in December of 2016. That's her before, all right? So it's been 3.5 years. Look what happened after 6 months on her hair and now after 3.5 years. Look at that. I know Jill's like, look at my hair. It's amazing. And you know what? You can see a difference even after the first Remoist mask, even after the first cleansing conditioner, first time in the shower, etc. Look at the difference. And by the way, that's not a color difference that's been placed on her hair. That's the color of her hair. No and highlights. What? No highlights. No highlights. and look at the highlights in her hair. And the thing is in the before, it was like all that shampoo and all the harsh ingredients were stripping her hair of its natural great color. So pretty amazing, really, truly. Now, listen to this. Tanae. Tanae is a gal who only had it done once. And these were images taken from a previous show and airing. But look at this. She's only had it done once. Look at the before. Her hair is obviously a little coarse, a little frizzy, a little, you know, kind of busy. One wash with that cleansing conditioner, and look at her hair. It's like the curls just went right into place. This was actually not blow dried with a round brush or anything like that. This was done with a diffuser, and that's it. And in fact, Chaz said, that's all we did, one time, and look at the difference. But here's the other thing I want to quickly mention, is that when it comes to Chaz Dean, not only did he start 20 years ago, he has his own salon in Beverly Hills. Excuse me, Hollywood. There you go. I get those two confused because I don't live there, obviously. But anyway, Chaz's wonderful salon is in Hollywood, and he works on celebrities and you and me and all kinds of great women. Here's Miss Amy. Look at her hair, again, the color difference, and that comes really from not much work or coloring, but just really the natural color of her hair using this. We're going to go off to the phones. I just want to tell you, you're getting all three items for $77.40 or 6 payments of $12.90. You can get all three items home for less than $13 and get started. Chaz Dean, welcome to QVC. Hello, how are you this afternoon?
Hi, Angel. I'm good. I'm here with literally my angels. I'm sorry I'm not there. You see, I'm in my robe. The reason I did this is because I'm going to go through the process. Right now, wow. I cleanse. I use my Orange Blossom, which is right here with me. I use Orange Blossom. I then use my Orange Blossom Remoist. You can use it as a treatment or as a leave-in conditioner. I use one dime size as a leave-in conditioner. And as the show continues, I'm going to progress with the rest of the products. But the products are so simple to use, and you have gorgeous hair and skin.
And I'll tell you what, that's so cool that you can do that. And you wouldn't be able to do that if you weren't at home. So I'm glad this is going on. That's wonderful. So let's go back to...
First time ever.
Yeah, first time ever. So let's talk about your cleansing conditioner, because this is what you came out with first 20 years ago and then brought it to QVC 15 years ago. Why did you do this?
I did it because, number one, and I'm realizing this, how many times, I spoke to you earlier, how many times we're washing our hands in a day now. I'm realizing how dry my hands are. My arms, my skin, everything else is hydrated because no lather has touched my hair, face, body, or skin for 27 years. With how many times we're washing our hands a day now, my hands are drying out desperately. And that's exactly why I gave up lather from hair to toe 27 years ago. Wow. It's because it stripped all the essential oils, all the richness from your hair, face, body, skin. So you can cleanse your hair now, but without stripping your hair. And you can cleanse your hair without your color going down the drain.
Right.
So that's why 27 years ago I gave up lather.
But how do you do that? Because a lot of times people will say, well, how's it going to clean my hair and condition at the same time?
It's the ingredients. That's the key. Number one, there's no lather. So there's no harsh sulfates that are lathering up. But there's also no polymers, no fillers, no binders, no waxes. That's what's in traditional conditioners.
Right.
When you use shampoo and your hair is like this big old bush and you're trying to get a comb through it, it just doesn't happen. So then you have to use traditional conditioner to get a comb through it, which weighs your hair down. So cleansing conditioners, you see, you have your amino acids, your peptides, your goji berry, your 4T complex. You have your essential oils and botanicals. So they're cleansing, but not stripping your hair. And then when you look at the Remoist ingredients here, these are absolutely incredible because I'm known as Mr. Fix-It in Hollywood. I've been Mr. Fix-It in Hollywood for over 27 years, and people come to me with the most damaged hair, and in one treatment with me, that has been happening for 27 years, their hair is repaired, and they're on the road to recovery, literally, with their hair.
One quick thing, and I know we're running out of time, but you have to just tell them about this Remoist mask. How do they do this?
You take literally, you're going to use it on freshly cleansed hair. You'll always add 1 teaspoon to your hair, 30 to 45-minute treatment. The number one way I say to do it, guys, is sleep with it on and rinse it out in the morning, and it will be a whole new head of hair for you.
By the way, we have spring scents and summer scents, and so don't forget, you've got all those to choose from, and they are lovely, and you're going to see them again in just a moment as we talk about our styling cream. Also, if you want the wick candle, we do have that in some of the seasonal scents, and it's a 3-wick candle. And of course, as you would well know, that with Chaz, he's absolutely going to be doing it in such a way that it really has the best ingredients in it. Now, when we were talking with Chaz about washing his hands and, of course, really doing the cleansing and the conditioner. One thing I do want to mention is we will have the single bottles that are 32 ounces coming up in just a little bit. And during that presentation, we're actually going to show you a video tape of exactly how to use it. So if you're new to cleansing and conditioning, we'll tell you all about that. We're going to jump, though, into more styling products. So once you've got your hair cleansed and conditioned, what do you use to actually style it? The cool thing about Chaz is he gives you 3 of the exact same product, which is a 6 to 9 month supply. So you've got a lot of it to be able to use. These are styling creams. We'll talk about them in a moment, but let me just say, when it comes to styling cream, this is one of those products that's going to give you body, bounce, volume, anti-frizz, heat protection, all of those types of things. So let me go through the scents. This right here is going to be let me start over here, may I? Sorry, the card is written so I can start here. This is your coconut lime verbena, which is what I have in my hair. Then we also go to the coconut tropical, the summer tropical. Then we have the summer honey peach right here. That is the most limited. That's Chaz's favorite. Then we also have the summer melon mint right there. Then we go down to the spring. We have the spring honey lilac. Then we also have spring fresh floral. This is the spring orange blossom, and then we have the spring cherry blossom. And Chaz, well, first of all, let me just say this. These are actually $35 each. So this should cost you $105 anywhere else. Here today, you're getting it for $50.40. That is a sale price that's only good for the month of March. 6 easy monthly payments, that's less than half the price, which is awesome. Okay, let's go back to Chaz. Chaz, now that we've cleansed and conditioned our hair, which we'll come back to that in a little bit too, tell everybody why you need the styling cream.
Number one reason I created it when I started with my products over 20 years ago is I've been doing hair since I was 19. And when I would go to put styling products in my clients' hair, their hands would go up. They would literally cover their head like, no, I don't want products in my hair. They said, I want my hair to feel like hair, not like weighed down products. Mm-hmm. So I knew that I had to formulate something that left your hair not only feeling like hair, but like the hair you always wanted your hair to feel like. Right. So this is a light, weightless leave-in conditioner for moisture, polishing gloss for shine, and a light gel for hold. By using this, your hair is going to feel more light, more airy, more bouncy, feather light, than if you don't use it. So I'm going to show you, tell me when you're on me, and I'm going to use it in my hair. But basically, I use 4 pumps for the length of Sheila's hair, what you're seeing. She's going to be 4 pumps.
And
for
this
mine,
is a video you're watching.
3.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Sheila's is 4 pumps that I did to soaking wet hair. You're going to apply it from the mid shaft and ends of your hair. What's left on your hands, rake that through the crown of your head. And again, there's nothing that's going to weigh down your hair. I want you to pay attention to what your styling products feel like on your hands, because whatever they feel like on your skin or your hands is what they're doing to your hair. It should be hydrating, moisturizing. It should feel luxurious on your hands, and that's what all my styling products feel like. So I'm going to do, it wasn't prime, so 1, 2, 3 pumps for the length of my hair.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys seeing me or not. Tell me if you are.
We're seeing you, but it's still
Sheila?
For some reason.
Okay.
It's kind of locked up a little bit. I just pumped some into my hand too, Chaz, because one of the things that I really love, because certainly I blow dry my hair and sometimes use a little
curling. Your hair
curling
is gorgeous, and you did it yourself.
I did it myself,
Your hair's
Chaz.
gorgeous.
Do you know what? I told
think
Chaz.
From now on, you want to do it. It's gorgeous.
But, thank you. I have to tell everybody, I actually said to Chaz earlier today, because we talked on the phone about all the products, and I said, Chaz, I'm just going to say right now, I'm doing my own hair, so I'm sorry if it doesn't turn out. But I think it turned turned out pretty good because, hey, I'm using Wen.
It looks, I mean, you have so much body. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
And all your highlights show, and that's what it is, guys.
Yeah.
Your hair should feel soft, bouncy, touchable. If you did not use your styling products, Mary Beth, and you stopped at the cleansing conditioner, you would have pretty, shiny hair, but you wouldn't have that volume, that body. Look at Jill's hair. Look at the difference in her hair from when she started 3+ years ago. It was dry, it was coarse, it was frizzy, it was flyaway. Her color changed every time she lathered up. Also, her styling products. When you look at her hair in June, 6 months later, it looked great. But now look at it 3+ years later. And she did this herself, not us. She does it twice a week now. It takes her 20 minutes to blow it out like that. Where that before shot, it took her an hour and a half, 7 days a week. You cannot buy time, but I can give you back time.
Yeah.
And that's simple. That's easy.
And by the way,
So
too,
look at her fullness. Look
yeah,
at the
we were
shine. Go
saying,
ahead.
look at the shine, the highlights and all. But the other thing I want to back up to it just for a moment. Yeah, her hair is gorgeous. But you know what?
I don't highlight it. Go
You
ahead.
don't. No, you don't highlight. We were actually saying that earlier too. That those are natural highlights that are in her hair naturally that you could never see in the before because of the harsh, ingredients in shampoos that were taking it out.
Yep.
But the other thing too I wanted to just mention is that you mentioned she only has to cleanse her hair twice a week, 2, maybe 3 times. So you don't have to use this every single day. You're going to use this every time you cleanse. And there it is. If you can see, that's just 2 pumps. And you said 4 pumps for Sheila. I usually do 2 to 3 pumps. And that's what you would do
You're
on
like
your
me.
hair too. Right?
Yep.
Good.
And
good.
look, our length is about the same. You have longer hair, you have less layers, so your hair is about like mine. But now look at Rebecca's. Rebecca's hair. Look at those soft, silky, shiny, hydrated, bouncy curls.
Yeah.
Look at her before shot from 9 months ago. That's what all those chemicals did. They stripped her curls. She doesn't have any bouncy curls in there, but look at it just 2 weeks later. So it's not going to take you 9 months to get there, because look at her 2 weeks after, but now look at each individual curl. Look at that volume. Look at that bounce. Look at that body. Body 9 months later, and it gets better and better. She does her own hair. This is her doing her own hair in the before, in the 2 weeks later, and in the 9 months later. I want the hair she has now today. I would take the 2 weeks later. It's gorgeous, you guys. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. And at this point, you have more free time in your hands. Get it home and play around with it. You have time to play. Use it. If you have questions, we encourage you to call us. We still have our customer service there for you, and you speak to a live person.
Yeah, and that's a good point. Right now is when you have the time to do the Remoist hair mask that we just had moments ago, but to also try these products and work with them a little bit. By the way, Rebecca, did you just air dry that, or do you use a diffuser? A diffuser. So she uses the diffuser.
Here, Mary Beth, here.
Go ahead.
Yep. Here's the thing. What a diffuser does basically, it speeds up air drying. It's not a tool that she's not manipulating her curls at all. She's just speeding it up. Now, Wendy's here, the same thing. Wendy has gorgeous curly hair, and hers, I've never styled her hair. Wendy always does it herself, but she only has to cleanse 2 to 3 times a week. You can cleanse absolutely every day and style absolutely every day if you choose to, but with Wen, you get the privilege of not having to do that. That's what's incredible.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And it really, your hair stays clean, your scalp stays clean. Let me quickly show you the scents that you have to choose from, because you're getting all 3. That's the best part. This is $35 each. That'd be $105. And you're going to get all 3 for $50.40. It's like paying for 1.5 and getting 3. Here's the wonderful summer verbena lime, coconut verbena lime. This one is the summer tropical. This is the summer honey peach, the summer melon mint. Then we go down to the spring honey lilac. This is the spring fresh floral. I want to talk to you about that, Chaz, in a moment. We also have the spring orange blossom and the spring cherry blossom. And yet to come, another set of 3. Don't go away. We also have your hairspray from Wen. And if you need hairspray, this is not your ordinary hairspray in that, again, it doesn't have all the crazy bad type of things that you need, or that you typically find in a hairspray. This has what you need. It's a finishing treatment spray. You can build up the hold as you might want, and just a terrific idea. This is one, oh, first of all, if you just joined us, welcome to QVC. We are live. However, I do want to say, because of obviously the situation that's going on around the world, our guests are staying home. And so Chaz is out in Hollywood. Chaz Dean is really the inventor, the creator of Wen. And he created it 20 years ago and then came to QVC 15 years ago. And we've sold millions and millions of bottles and all kinds of things. But we're going to stay with the idea of actually just the styling products. So we showed you the styling gel or the styling cream, and that you want to put on your wet hair, okay? This is also something you put in your wet hair, and it's like it takes the styling cream up a notch when you use the mousse. And so I want to start and tell you what these are. This is that beautiful spring orange blossom right here. You can see the orange blossom on the front, and it smells just like that. It smells so, so good. Here is the spring honey lilac. Again, that soft lilac scent that you would expect in the spring. Here is that fresh floral for spring. And I want to talk to Chaz about that in a moment. Here is the cherry blossom, which if you've ever been to somewhere like Washington, D.C., when all the cherry blossoms bloom, it's just unbelievably gorgeous, and it smells so good. And less than 300 of these available. Now, we also have the summer melon mint and the summer honey peach and the tropical and the coconut lime verbena. So we have all the summer scents too, which you're getting a sneak peek at them because normally we don't bring them out till June, and here we are in March. But because we're doing this great family and friends specialty for Wen this month, that makes it really, really awesome because you get 20% off the QVC price at these sale prices and 6 easy payments. So here's what I want you to know. These would be $42 each, all right? $42 each. Well, that comes out to $126. Your price for all three, $50.40. So for $8 more, think about it, you're paying $42 for one of these. For $8 more, we're going to give you 2 more. And I'll tell you, I go through this because I love this. I always use it on my hair. I love it. One quick thing just to remind you is that if you want to get these sale prices are only good until the end of March, and so is the easy pay of 6 easy payments. Okay, Chaz, I think we got you back, right? We got you back on screen?
1,600, right?
Okay. Hi, Chaz. We got you back, honey. Hi.
Hi. Okay, it's time for the moves. And they're wondering, why is Chaz at home in his robe with Bella lying next to him? I'm going to show you. First I used the Cleanse, Rinse, Repeat. I did Orange Blossom. I did my Remoist at dime size as my leave-in. I did 3 pumps of my styling cream, which we just sold, and now the mousse. And I'm going to do 20 total. I just did 13. And again, more mousse is better. I promise you. You can ask the girls as you go to the girls. As we started selling it, God, it smells like the orange blossom. It's incredible. But as we started selling it, and the girls were doing like 8, 10, 12 pumps, like, no, more, like 20. Like Mary Beth, on yours, I 100% would use 20 pumps, and you get more volume. It will never be crispy. It will never be stiff. It'll never be sticky. It just gets voluminous. Look at that. That's what it does to your hair. It plumps up your hair. It swells up your hair. It gives your hair that smart hold technology and that memory and that bounce. And it doesn't smell incredible. It does. True orange blossom. So here's how I like to apply it in the salon. It's directly onto your hair, exactly where you want it. And you see I'm doing like 30 pumps on her hair. And it will never be stiff, never sticky, never crispy. Whether you air dry or blow dry, you will have beautiful, silky, shiny, voluminous hair. Promise you that, because the ingredients are skincare ingredients.
Yeah. And by the way, Chaz, I just want to mention too that with this, you know, the fact is like you said, you can't use too much of it. But I want you to go back and tell everybody.
Meaning you can't overuse it is how what she means by it is you
That's
can't
what I mean. Did I say it wrong? Okay.
No, how you say it sometimes when you say you can't use too much, people think, oh, don't use a lot. She means I could use 50 pumps in my hair if I wanted. Jill used about 30. Look at all that. The more she plays around with her hair, the bigger it gets. Jill, shake it from underneath and show. Look, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. You guys, if you've never tried my mousse, look at that. It
Woo!
expands the more she plays with it. It's not a joke. It's like a chia pet. You remember the chia pet? That's what this mousse is.
I had a
But it
chia
feels
pet.
good.
Hey,
But it
Chaz,
feels
though,
good.
tell everybody what you were telling me earlier about how you couldn't imagine using a mousse because the mousse was sticky and it was tacky and all of those different things. So kind of go back to your story of, before you actually put a mousse out in your line.
Well, and the only reason I did is because the QVC customer didn't request it. She literally demanded it.
Yeah.
So by demand for years and years, because I've been there since 2005, and they kept asking for mousse. I'm like, no, that's so 80s, that's so 90s, crispy, crunchy. I'm like, no way. But she asked for so many years that I thought she really is not going to stop till I give her mousse. So I thought if I'm going to bring mousse, I need to reinvent mousse. And that is exactly what I did. I knocked it out of the park, just like shampoo and cleansing conditioner.
Yeah.
My mousse is nothing like traditional mousse. My hands feel soft, they're silky. I have girls that put it on their skin if they're in a pinch for a treatment, which is Wendy. On Wendy's curly hair, she can add like 4, 5, 6 pumps on day 2 just to revive the curls, as you just saw Rebecca's. But look how silky, look how bouncy, look how hydrated they are. They move, there's nothing stiff. Look at your hair, it's gorgeous. Guys, trust me on the mousse. It's more body, bounce,
Body.
bounce, and shine.
It's so true. Hey, by the way, we're going to wrap up on this. I just want to remind you, we've got all 4 spring scents, which is going to be the cherry blossom here, the fresh floral, the honey lilac, and the orange blossom. We also have all 4 of the summer scents, which are going to be the melon mint, the honey peach, the coconut lime verbena, and the summer tropical scent as well. Okay, when we come back, so much more. In fact, you know what? If you're like me, you like hairspray, but I don't like all hairsprays. I like this hairspray that's coming up. Don't go away.
Why should young people care about the spread of coronavirus? Well, we know that people with underlying medical conditions over the age of 60 are at highest risk, but they've got to get it from somebody.
So we're asking everyone to be selfless for others so that we can protect those who are most susceptible.
Not going to bars, not going to restaurants. It all just means physical separation so that you have a space between you and others.
For more information on how you can social distance, please go to coronavirus.gov.
So on the next Tuesday Vibes, I'm going to be starting you with J Jewelry. That's rare to see J Jewelry on Tuesday Vibes at QVC. That's going to be 2 hours, and we have great Easy Pay coming your way. And at 8 o'clock, as always, we're going to shoe shop together. Chaz is coming in with Wen during his Friends and Family Month at 9 o'clock. And then the Fine with Sean Killinger. That's how the next Tuesday Vibes is going to take you shopping.
You're watching QVC.
When Jane just talked about Chaz joining at 9 o'clock tonight, it is true, and she's talking about Chaz Dean. Chaz Dean, the founder, the creator of the Wen products that all started with this right here, that cleansing conditioner that can cleanse and condition your hair all in one product. Pretty amazing. This is coming up in just a little bit too, where we can actually give you one at a time in case that's all you want to start with. But I want to talk about the hairspray because so many hairsprays out there have alcohol in them. So many hairsprays get very sticky, very tacky. They're bad for your hair. Really, there's so many on the market that you really shouldn't be using. This is one you should use, and it's called the Light Finishing Spray, and you get the duo. You get both of these. Just to let you know, this won Best Hairspray in our Customer Choice Beauty Award winner back in 2019. Also in 2019, Wen got Best Icon, Best QVC Icon. So that's so cool too. Anyway, these would be $40 each. And that would be $80. You're not paying $80, you're paying $52.80. So again, you're saving money. And look at how big the can is. This is an amazing can. Hang on a second, let me turn it so. It actually has a locking feature, so you can lock it like if you're traveling or anything. But now I'm gonna unlock it. And there it is. There's that hairspray right there. We've got, I believe, do we have Chaz on the line? Oh, we're working on it. Okay, that's fine. Here's the other thing I want to mention. So we were talking about buildable hairspray. One of the things that Chaz Dean has taught me is, I want to say back in the 70s, the 80s, well, especially the 80s when hair was really big, you know, we would just spray and spray and spray and spray, and especially if it's a windy day, you know, that doesn't work because that's going to weigh your hair down. This will not weigh your hair down, but the other thing is that the key is to spray it and let it dry. If that's all the hold you need, good. If you need more hold, spray it one more time and then let it dry. That's what we call buildable hold. And the other thing too is that, you know, I might need more buildable hold in the bang area than I need in the back area. That's totally true too. And that's one of those things that is not a problem. The other thing too is that this is not sticky, not tacky. If your hair suddenly gets in a mist, you go outside and you're like, oh no, I didn't bring my umbrella, and you got to dash through the wetness of the environment, don't worry about it because it's not going to do to your hair what most hairsprays are going to do. Rebecca's in the chair now, and just to say, back once again from Hollywood, Mr. Chaz Dean, the founder and creator of WEN. Hi, Chaz. I think we've got you again, but we're going to have you just on the phone now. Sorry about that.
Yeah, my Skyping's not working, but just, you don't even need me. Just look at their hair, guys. It's insane. It's amazing. The same thing, Mary Beth. We talk about it. Most every product I create is because of the demand of my customer. And I'm not talking about just my customer, but 9 times out of 10, it's my QVC customer. And when she wanted hairspray, she wanted aerosol hairspray. I'm just like, I just can't do it because I'm, you know what I mean? I'm the whole environmentally friendly, no animal testing. We're recognized by Leaping Bunny. I just can't do that until we found HFC-152A, which is a propellant that's deemed environmentally friendly. And that's the only way I would ever do an aerosol hairspray. But I am so proud of this hairspray. Look at the girl spraying away. It's never going to be stiff. It's never going to be sticky. It's never going to be crunchy. And it's going to give you that shine. But you have in there that bamboo water. Bamboo water contains vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and natural silica. You also have the 11 amino acids in there, peptides in there. And yes, we're talking. You don't even need me. Just look at their hair, guys. It's insane. It's amazing. The same thing, Mary Beth. We talk about it. Most every product I create is because of the demand of my customer.
What most hairsprays are going to do. Rebecca's in the chair now, and just to say, back once again from Hollywood, Mr. Chaz Dean, the founder and creator of WEN. Hi, Chaz. I think we've got you again, but we're going to have you just on the phone now. Sorry about that.
Yeah, my Skyping's not working, but just, you don't even need me. Just look at
the founder and creator of WEN. Hi, Chaz. I think we've got you again, but we're going to have you just on the phone now. Sorry about that.
Yeah, my Skyping's not working, but just, you don't even need me. Just look at their hair, guys. It's insane. It's amazing.
Chaz, I think we've got you in the chair now, and just to say, back once again from Hollywood, Mr. Chaz Dean, the founder and creator of WEN. Hi, Chaz. I think we've got you again, but we're going to have you just on the phone now. Sorry about that.
Yeah, my Skyping's not working, but just, you don't even need me. Just look.
The founder and creator of WEN. Hi, Chaz. I think we've got you again, but we're going to have you just on the phone now. Sorry about that.
Yeah, my Skyping's not working, but just
to your hair, what most hair hold, spray it one more time and then let it dry. That's what we call buildable hold. And the other thing too is that, you know, I might need more buildable hold in the bang area than I need in the back area. That's totally true too. And that's one of those things that is not a problem. The other thing too is that this is not sticky, not tacky. If your hair suddenly gets in a mist, you go outside and you're like, oh no, I didn't bring my umbrella, and you got to dash through the wetness of the environment, don't worry about it because it's not going to do to your hair what most hairsprays are going to do. Rebecca's in the chair now, and just to say, back once again from Hollywood, Mr. Chaz Dean, the founder and creator of Wen. Hi, Chaz. I think we've got you again, but we're going to have you just on the phone now. Sorry about that.
Yeah, my Skype thing's not working, but just, you don't even need me. Just look at their hair, guys. It's insane. It's amazing. The same thing, Mary Beth. We talk about it. Most every product I create is because of the demand of my customer. And I'm not talking about just my customer, but 9 times out of 10, it's my QVC customer. And when she wanted hairspray, she wanted aerosol hairspray. I'm just like, I just can't do it because I'm, you know what I mean? I'm the whole environmentally friendly, no animal testing. We're recognized by Leaping Bunny. I just can't do that until we found HFC-152A, which is a propellant that's deemed environmentally friendly. And that's the only way I would ever do an aerosol hairspray. But I am so proud of this hairspray. Look at the girl spraying away. And it's never going to be stiff. It's never going to be sticky. It's never going to be crunchy. And it's going to give you that shine. But you have in there that bamboo water. Bamboo water contains vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and natural silica. You also have the 11 amino acids in there, peptides in there. And yes, we're talking about a hairspray. You can use it on wet or dry hair.
And here's when you're looking at that, when you look at all the extracts, and like we said, these are things that are, this is probably one of the few hairsprays that's actually good for your hair that's in the marketplace. But I was telling everybody about how, you know, back in the 70s and 80s when hair was really high, we would just spray and spray and spray. You explain how we do buildable hairspray, because this is kind of a light to medium hold, isn't it?
Absolutely. Well, light to firm hold, depending on what you do. And for your nozzle, all you have to do is turn the top. If you want it facing forward, all you have to do is turn the top. But yes, it's buildable. So most people spray. You should spray for 10 seconds, let it dry for 15, 30 seconds, spray, let it dry, spray, let it dry. You control the hold that you want. And you can feel, you know how much hold you want. If you want a firm hold, all you have to do, spray it, let it dry, spray it, let it dry, spray it, let it dry. And that's it. It's really, really simple. You know I have a convertible. I can wear my hair any shape, style I want in my convertible all day long. I get home and I break it up. And I've done it. I've shown you guys. Just follow me, Chaz Dean. I've shown you live how soft and how touchable my hair is after I break it up, even from wearing a pompadour. No joke.
I want to go in your convertible just for one ride, Chaz.
I'm going to spray you. I'm going to take you there, and then we're going to run our fingers through there to show you that. It will hold, but as soon as you break it up with your hands or a brush, it will still hold that shape you had, but it's soft, touchable hair. And guys, if you've never tried my hairspray, get this home and try it. I promise you'll love it. Look at Jill can't get enough of it. You know that. Obviously, Rebecca can't either.
Right. Well, and her husband likes it too. The scent is really, really good. And this is the only presentation of the day. And I want to go back to husbands, because the fact is that, like you say, a lot of guys need some hairspray, but they don't want something that looks like a helmet head. Neither do we. But this is great for men and for women. And, you know,
don't want it looking like helmet head, but also you don't want that smell. And this is, it's that lavender, the bergamot, the eucalyptus. It's the word light is referred to the collection of my blessings of light, lavender, bergamot, eucalyptus. It's a beautiful light scent, and it's gender friendly as well.
And by the way, Chaz, I just want to remind everybody, I love the fact that the top locks, because if I do, like right now, it's locked, and then I just twist it, and there it shoots. So,
and the other thing, I'm glad you said that. The other thing I'm going to remind them is use hot water and rinse it with hot water, as you should with anything that's an aerosol. Rinse it with hot water just so it doesn't clog. It's really that simple, but the top does lock as well, yes.
It's one of my favorite products, and it would normally be
and
$40.
Thank you for the award. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you. You're welcome. And by the way, $40 each. Not $80, but $52.80. And don't forget, that's 20% off of QVC's price. And the 6 easy monthly payments, too. That all goes away at the end of March, which is right around the corner, by the way. Also, yet to come, we've got the Ultra Moisturizing Body Treatment. You have to try this. This is the 2-piece head-to-toe treatment kit for $67.80. Do you know that that big jar of that skin care treatment is $160 by itself? And you're going to get both for $67.80. All right, we're going to move on and show you this. This is where it all started, except that It started in much smaller bottles. It started in 8-ounce or 16-ounce bottles, and now it's 32-ounce. Why? Not just because Chaz felt like it. It's because you, our customer, said, bigger, 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 better price. And that's what he's done. So the 32-ounce, we have the gallons as well because you asked for it. Now, I want to go through, these are what we call the classic scents. And the classic scents are so great. This is cucumber aloe. And Chaz, go ahead and explain, what is cucumber aloe all about?
It's funny you asked me that, because that one, we spoke earlier. I told you why some of them were created, but this one I had moms that had teenage kids, and they said they're going through hormone changes and they're so unbalanced, like oily scalp and dry hair. And they said, I love the concept, but I need something that will work literally with that. So this is literally the most clarifying, most astringent, oily scalp, dry hair, cucumber, aloe, witch hazel, and avocado. And I credit my grandmother, Dean, who's watching over us in heaven, who taught me all about the benefits of witch hazel. So you will love this. If you say I'm oily, there's no way I can get with my lather. Start here.
And by the way, too, if you have a pool or you do a lot of swimming, I always make sure I have a bottle of this in my repertoire so that if I go in the pool, I can actually use this and clarify the hair afterwards. Okay, then we move on to our pomegranate.
Pomegranate out of this whole collection, because these all started like 20, 19, 18, 17 years ago. Pomegranate is the one that's free of wheat and gluten. It's soy protein. It's frothy. It's creamy. Growing up, again, in Simi Valley, California, my neighbors across the street, the Serenas, they had a neighbor who had a pomegranate tree, and I remember going over and picking the pomegranates over and sitting at our feet in the pool and just breaking open the pomegranates. I eat pomegranates every single day. Their antioxidant properties are incredible, and this is universal for everybody.
And also, of course, then our next one, which is going to be that tea tree. Now, this one anybody can use, but there are certain people who really, really should be using it.
Yeah, this is my problem solution. And when I tell you that this is the second one I launched in June of 2001, the reason was I had clients that had problems. I had to come up with that solution. I wholeheartedly believed in tea tree. And if you don't know why tea tree and why it's been around for 19 years with a cult following and the one that usually sells out first, please go on your computer, look up why you and I and everyone wholeheartedly believe in tea tree. But problem solution, baby fine hair, coarse unruly hair. I mean, yeah, I can't say enough about tea tree.
Yeah. And then we go to one of my favorites, and that is the lavender. That's where it wasn't the one I started with, because I started with sweet almond mint because that's all we had. But then when the lavender came out, I went for it, like, right to it.
Lavender is like your first love. It really is. And when I say that, because I don't always use lavender, but when I go back to it, I'm like, how did I ever leave you, baby? Because it's French lavender. It's not powdery. It's not florally. Yeah. It's literally French lavender, like walking through a field of lavender, that herbal lavender. It is so calming, so soothing, and it's volume, body hydration on every single hair type.
Yeah, that's so true. Here's where it all started with the sweet almond mint. That was the first one you ever brought to QVC.
This guy's going to have an anniversary, aka birthday, November of 2020, 20 years.
Wow.
Hashtag 20% off.
Amazing.
Yes, it all started here. And what you guys all need to know about this one is I was starting my business on a shoestring budget. I had diverse clientele. I had to start with a cleansing conditioner that worked on all of them. I couldn't have it work on 10%, 20%, 50%. I had to launch a cleansing conditioner because there was only one that worked on everybody, and that was Sweet Almond Mint. And our salon looked like the United Benetton. You remember that ad where it had diversity like across the board?
Yeah.
That is Sweet Almond Mint. So guys, if you don't know where to start, Sweet Almond Mint is 100% universal. Worldwide, you cannot go wrong.
Then we also, of course, have that wonderful fig. And fig is so hydrating, isn't it?
Well, that's because of all you out there that we're doing your chemical relaxers and your straighteners and your curl irons, your flat irons. Like, if I can't beat them, fix them. If I can't beat them, fix them. I wasn't going to join them, but I can fix them. So fig is the most moisturizing.
Hey, by the way, I just want to show everybody
from home because I really give you my insight of why they were created. Yeah, so dry, damaged, brittle, broken, overprocessed hair. Stop abusing hair. Fig, help me out, please, no matter what hair type you have.
Here's what I want to say. First of all, Charla is on Facebook. She says, oh, wow, I have so much Wen, but I can't pass up this price because these sale prices are 20% off QVC prices. This is what it looks like. It's going to cleanse your hair and it's going to condition your hair. We're going to show a video, and Chaz, speak through this video because this is how to use your cleansing conditioners.
Okay, so when you get in the shower, you will rinse your hair thoroughly and completely with water. That's where you're going to start. Follow the amount of pumps for the length of your hair, but for short hair, chin length, it's a golf ball for your first cleanse, a golf ball for your second. Medium length hair, 2 golf balls for your first, 2 for your second. And long hair down the middle of your back, it would be 3 golf balls for your first, 3 for your second. Always cleanse, rinse, and repeat. Always add the extra splash of water to get it frothy and creamy. Your first cleanse is like your shampoo version, taking out the dirt, the grime, the oils, and the products in your hair. Your second cleanse is going to stay on the duration of your shower. You're going to apply it to your hair. You're going to add the extra splash of water to get it frothy and creamy. You're going to clip that up on top of your head. You're going to cleanse your face, cleanse your body, shave your legs with, yes, the same product. It is going to be to give you the best shave of your life. And it's going to hydrate and treat your skin without stripping it like lather would. And the last thing you're going to rinse is your hair. As you're rinsing your hair, you're going to run your fingers through the ends and rinse thoroughly until the water runs clear for about 1 to 2 minutes. As soon as you turn off that water, add 1, 2, or 3 pumps, as I did 3 on the list here, back into the mid-shaft and ends as a leave-in conditioner. And what's left on your hands, rake that through the crown. It's really that simple. Here's how much to use for short hair: 1 golf ball for your first, 1 for your second, and always put it back in as a leave-in. Medium length hair, 2 golf balls for your first, 2 golf balls for your second. And long hair, 3 golf balls for your first, 3 for your second. When I say golf balls, it's 1 in the crown, 1 in the mid-shaft, 1 in the end. Always add the extra splash of water. And then hair like Wendy's, textured and curly. Why is she using the same as long hair? Because if you pulled on her hair, it's about that length, but also her texture requires more hydration.
Yeah.
And her leave-in is a lot more because it requires more hydration. If you guys follow what I said, I promise the girls you're seeing and everything you've ever seen with Wen are the results you'll see.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, I encourage you to call us at the number in the bottle.
Yeah.
It's the number to our salon. Even right now, they're still answering your calls, and it's a live person you will speak to. So I encourage you to call us with 1, 2, or 20 questions. It's really that simple. It's why we've won the Customer Choice Beauty Award for 11 years.
That's what I was just going to say.
Thank you.
11 years as what we say, best shampoo, but don't call it shampoo. Friends don't let friends say shampoo or use shampoo.
Friends do not let friends use shampoo. That is right, girl. I was on the phone yesterday with my last girlfriend, and it's been over 20 some odd years, and she got her cleansing conditioner. I talked her through it, and we went through the whole thing, and it's literally, I said, literally, when you break down words, don't assume, because it makes an ass out of you and me. You remember that?
Yep.
Well, I said it's a sham and it's poo, and I gave it up 27 years ago, and she started laughing. I'm like, I'm sorry, but it's true. It's a sham and it's poo. It does nothing good for your hair, and that's why 27 years, no lather. When I first started with my publicist, she wanted me to say, Chaz doesn't use anything but the word poo, and I'm like, no, I don't want to market myself that way, but if you think about it, words really do describe the words and what the action of the word is. And sorry, but it says sham and it's poo. So guys, give that up and try Wen. And if you have any questions, call us. And I think we need to do these live from now on because I'm very different at home.
Well, I'll tell you this, Chaz, and you will remember this. I was using Wen for a while, and then I said, well, it just isn't, my hair, it doesn't look like the models. And you said to me, are you using it as a leave-in conditioner? And I had to say, no, I'm not, because I have fine hair and I'm blonde and I would be afraid to do that. And the fact is that you said, start using it as a leave-in conditioner. I've been using it as a leave-in conditioner ever since. And that's how my hair has gotten so good. Okay, I want to remind everybody, we have the Fig, most moisturizing. We have Sweet Almond Mint, universal for anyone. We have the Lavender, which adds even some volume and a wonderful scent. Here is that This one is the tea tree. The tea tree is really for issues, if you've got more issues or like skin things. And then this is your pomegranate right here. That is also universal. And then we also have the cucumber aloe, which is more astringent. And when it's astringent, if you've got anybody who's got oily scalp, they should use this. If you swim in chlorinated pools and all, you should use this, even if you swim in the ocean. And we do offer it on auto delivery. And with auto delivery, it would come every 4 months for as long as you want it to come. You could be years and years down the line and you would still get this price. That's the whole thing. It's a sale price, 20% less than our QVC price. And that's why you should be shopping today for your Wen. No matter what it is, the cleansing conditioner, the styling products, the skin care that's coming up, it's all 20% off at a sale price and on 6 easy payments. Okay, so we were talking about the fact that we have skin care in this show today, and we really, really, truly do. And the whole thing is that for those of us who've been using Wen for many years, we just started putting it on our bodies because it was working on our hair and we wanted it to work on our skin, and it did. But then people would say, Chaz, can you give us something that's specific for the skin? And so he did. And that's what is in this jar. This is the Ultra Nourishing Intensive Body Treatment. And this alone is $160. And you can already see your price is $67.80. And then normally you would get a smaller bottle of oil, but this is the oil to go along with the body. But you would use this in your hair. You can use it on your body, but you can use it on your hair as well. And this would be $65 by itself. So the two together would be $225, and we're at $67.80, or 6 payments of $11.30. So think about this. For $11.30, you can get home a big, wonderful vat of skincare, which we'll talk about, and the oils as well. And these are oils that are so good for you. I love the lavender. That, again, one of my favorites. Here's the tea tree. I'll just say I use the tea tree on my dogs. I really do. I use it on my dogs right there because they're boxers and they need that. What did you say? We have 330 of those left. If you want fig, 300 remaining. If you want pomegranate, 250 remain. If you want sweet almond mint, 250. And in the cucumber aloe, most limited, 130 sets to go around. Don't forget, this is $160 and this is $65, and you're paying $67.80 to get both. That's what's really, truly amazing. Okay, we're going to show Amy. Oh, and by the way, I do want to say really quickly, if you notice that these girls who've been out here have different colored arms or different colored legs, it's because Chaz has a brand new product coming up tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time, and you can kind of figure out what that would be. All right, Chaz, let's talk about the oil and the body treatment, okay? Tell me about those.
Absolutely. So Amy, I believe she's going to cleanse her face first. I'm behind on my delay. Okay. So Amy's going to cleanse her face first. It will remove your makeup. This is a regimen that Amy does normally daily. But also I want to make sure you know I use both the oil and the UNIBT on my dogs 7 days a week because I put the oil on their coats and I put the body treatment on their pads, and it keeps them so soft. So with Amy, she's going to remove her makeup with the oil. She also would use 4 full droppers of the treatment oil. She only cleanses twice a week. She could cleanse every day if she chose to, but she only cleanses her hair on Wednesdays and Sundays. So the night before, Tuesday night and Saturday night, she'll put 4 full droppers on her scalp, massage it in, and cleanse, rinse, repeat in the morning. But with her skin, with removing that makeup, look at how soft, look at how silky, look how velvety her skin is. And that's because what she has in there is she has the obsidian oil. She has organic argan oil, olive fruit oil, organic jojoba seed oil, sesame oil, and vitamin E. So this is something you want to use literally from hair, scalp to toe. And it's really so simple to use. I used it just before I get out of the shower today, 2 full droppers on my body. You get out and it leaves your skin velvety, silky, soft, and anti-age. So the oil, I could go on and on for days. I'm not joking. There's countless ways to use the oil. If you use them as a scalp treatment, that's incredible for your scalp. If you have frizzy hair, just add a couple drops to your leave-in conditioner or your styling cream and say goodbye to the frizz. And then her next step, she would continue with the Ultra Nourish Intensive Body Treatment. There's over 80 ingredients in there, but what you really need to know if you focus on is vitamin K and arnica, because that's the game changer. From face to toe, not neck to toe, not body to toe, face to toe, and watch the difference in your skin.
And even with these scents, you can put it on your face because it's not synthetic scents, right?
No, they're really clean. You know me. I suffer from migraines, so I keep my the fragrances as clean as possible with all my essential oils, botanicals. And you have the lavender. My God, the lavender smells so good. But I'm obsessed, like we said, with everything that's happening right now. I'm living with my tea tree. My tea tree to hydrate me back to everything. It's everything right now because we're washing our hands X amount of times a day. Put that oil on your hands and follow up with the Ultra Nourish Intensive Body Treatment. But don't just stop at your hands. Your body, your face, your neck, your décolleté. Absolutely incredible. And don't leave your four-legged angels out either, no joke. The oil on their coats, just one full dropper, rub it in your hands and rub it down their coat. And then the body treatment, just a dime size on all their pads, and it will keep them soft. But this is one that you also have the clinicals for this, and I want to bring that up.
We're going to show those too.
Because I think that's really important.
First of all,
see the difference.
Yeah, we're going to show after 2 weeks. Okay, can you see these so you can read them?
Mine aren't up yet, but mine is, I know after 2 weeks, the hydration, radiance, and firmness, mine didn't come up yet. Do you have them there? You want to read them?
I can read them if you can't. 100% of participants said their skin's hydration was dramatically improved. 98% of participants reported skin looks radiant. 88% of participants reported an improvement in skin firmness, and 84% of participants reported they noticed fewer lines. And that's really, like you said, from head to toe. That was after 2 weeks. But look what happens even after just 8 hours, right?
So this means after 8 hours after you applied it is when they gave this result. 8 hours after, not immediately, 8 hours later. Go ahead.
100% of participants reported product felt soothing on the skin. 98% of participants said product leaves skin looking soft and smooth. 98% said skin's hydration level was dramatically improved, and 91% reported improved appearance of skin texture. And that could be on the legs, the arms, the décolleté, the face, the neck, you name it. And here's what I want you to know. This jar alone, and you see how big it is, and it's thick. I mean, it's thick, but it is supersized, and it's $160 by itself. And you're getting all, both of these for $67.50. That's a sale price that goes away in a few days. And just the oil alone is $65. You know what I do? I love to take this oil, and I'll do a scalp treatment about once a week, and I'll put, 4 droppers full. I'll put 1 dropper and go, here, and then another one here, another one here, another one there. And then I put my Turby Twist on. Well, I'll move it, I'll kind of massage it into my scalp, put my Turby Twist on, which holds my hair all up in one. And, and you know what else? I like to do a 5th oil I'll put it in my hands and then run that through the outside of my hair. But just really, it makes such a difference on the hair and the skin with this treatment, doesn't it?
It does, and I'm now looking at Rebecca's, only one side of her body is the self-tanning bronzer drop coming up tonight. So, I mean, you guys look gorgeous, but if you want radiant skin, guys, again, if you want to firm up your décolleté, fewer lines, fewer wrinkles, younger looking skin, radiant skin, and I am the guy who tells you, because you have a longer return rate now, get this home, guys, and even if you're using something you think you love, that's fine. Use that on the left side of your body. Use this on the right side of your body. And after you immediately apply it, look at the difference. A week later, look at the difference. A month later, look at the difference. And as far up as your plan is, let them see the difference. If you don't love it, send it back, because I know you will be obsessed with this.
Chaz, thank you so much for joining us for this hour. It meant so much to us. And 9 o'clock tonight, you'll be back on, and we'll get to see your new tanning product, okay? All right, love you.
Thank you, my love.
Bye.
Thank
Okay,
you.
in the meantime, I just want to remind you, get these prices while you can. And, oh, by the way, a 90-day return policy here at QVC. And it's because of what's going on around this world. And we just feel like instead of, you know, making you get your returns to the post office when you don't want to leave your house and all, instead of 30-day return policy, we just switched it to 90-day return policy on everything. Stay on the line if you want to get any of this or go place your order. And in the meantime, we have an entire hour of lug. And that's all about handbags, luggage, you name it. A beautiful tote bag coming up. Don't go away. We'll be right back. So on the next Tuesday Vibes, I'm going to be starting you with J Jewelry. That's rare to see J Jewelry on Tuesday Vibes at QVC. That's going to be 2 hours, and we have great Easy Pay coming your way. And at 8 o'clock, as always, we're going to shoe shop together. Chaz is coming in with Wen during his Friends and Family Month at 9 o'clock. And then The Fine with Sean Killinger. Never seen that one before. It'll probably be coming out. And then we have Heather Feather. And this is the Heather Gray. It is the most limited with the black and white feathers coming up, all embroidered. 200 of those remain. And I want to show everybody what's inside. And that has the tropical fog pattern on the interior. So it's beautiful. That has gold and silver and that deep gray. Ooh, very pretty. So we've got Heather Feather. This is your Clover Multi. This is your Dragonfly Cobalt. This is the Aloha Navy, and then the Flamingo Black. And I'll tell you what, Amy, can I just say thank you so much for taking the time to call in and talk to us about each of your fabulous items.
Oh, thank you, Mary Beth. It's been a fun bag party with you.
It has been a fun party. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go place my orders right after this. I'm so glad you called. And listen, take good care of yourself and your family, and we'll talk to you again sometime, okay?
You too. Yes.
All right. Bye-bye. In the meantime, Tuesday Vibes starts up next with Jane Tracy, and I'll see you in a couple days. Have a wonderful and safe week, okay?
Who's most at risk for coronavirus? People over 65, people with underlying medical conditions like heart disease, chronic lung disease, asthma, diabetes, people undergoing cancer treatment, and people with weakened immune systems. What should you do if you or a loved one is at higher risk? Avoid close contact with people. Avoid crowds. Stay home if you can. Wash your hands frequently. Learn more ways to protect yourself and others at coronavirus.gov.
Shoe Shopping with Jane, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on QVC.
You're watching QVC.
Tuesday night is now this kind of like ladies' night. It's a lot of fashion and it's beauty, and then you take it over at 9 o'clock till midnight, and it's a little bit of everything.
Introducing Jay, Asian-inspired designs in sterling silver, reflecting the passionate tradition of storytelling through craftsmanship. Collections that embody the essence of affordable luxury. Experience Jay.
It means heart and goodness in several languages. That's what Jay means. And my heart is warmed by your goodness for joining me tonight on Tuesday Vibes We're so happy you're here with us. I understand that these are just tumultuous times, and my mother used to say the truest gold is tried in the hottest fire. Let's change that to the truest silver is tried in the hottest fire. So you are my sterling friend. I'm so glad you're with us tonight. Here's a place to escape, and even if you just window shop, you don't have to buy anything. If you're new to QVC, this is going to be a story of jewelry and tradition and beauty that I think you'll find kind of captivating. And like we said, you don't have to buy a thing. Just sit back with me and my dear friend Scott, who's going to be joining us in just a few moments via the magic of all this technology we're taking advantage of, so we can spend 2 hours together with you. And then, of course, we are shoe shopping, and we have just been really working hard to bring you the shoes that you need and the shoes that you're looking for right now at prices that are pretty much phenomenal. So let's get started and talk about something that is brand new to QVC, and it is our today's special value. So 9,000 have already been ordered, and this price goes up at the end of the day. The box chain choice has already sold out, but if you're like me and your favorite is the floral, then we're still really excited that we still have the floral and we still have the basket weave. We've never done anything like this before. To say it is a work of art is an understatement. It's handcrafted, it's hand assembled, it's hand polished, and it is under $200 or right at $200 for 32 to 41 plus grams of that beautiful gleaming precious metal we love called sterling silver. And this price goes up at the end of the day. So you'll see it now. I guess it will be seen quickly in the find, which is going to be another cool way for us to spend time together as we are, limiting the number of people in the studio, keeping our social distancing, but also spending time with you. There's my favorite, that floral. I love it. So last time we had this on the air, it sold out completely. And I can't wait for you to meet Scott or to see him all over again. If you're new to QVC, this is such an exciting story of designer jewelry that Scott Grimes brings to us, and you're going to meet him in just a second. Have faith. Listen to your heart. Believe in yourself. Be grateful no matter what, right? That's what this says. It's the I Love Thin Cuff. It's 19.6 grams of precious sterling silver, and it's on 6 easy payments of $33.33. That price goes up at the end of the day as well. It has an over 4.1 star rating. And if you're new to QVC and flicking through the channels and saying, okay, I need to smile, hang with us. And easy pay means we send you the piece of jewelry right away. You get to pay for it over, in this case, 6 months. So this is the Forget Me Not cuff, and it's one of my favorites because it reminds me of a story that I remember when I was a little girl, maybe like 5. And it was the first time I was ever in a taxi, and I thought it was so fancy. So I'll share with you why this is one of my favorites, but I know it's yours too. It actually sold out in its debut. It's also customer top rated. We just got it back in stock, and this is the only presentation on the day. So like I said, no matter where you are around the country or around the world, we are here, a safe spot to land, to listen, to learn from this wonderful man whose heart is so big. You know how the Grinch's heart got that big? Well, Scott's heart is so big it wouldn't even fit on that screen. Scott Grimes, welcome into QVC, and I'm just so thrilled that through the magic of technology, you and I get a chance to say hello to one another. How are you, dear friend?
I'm doing fantastic, my friend. Can I tell you that blue looks amazing on you?
Oh, you're so sweet.
You look gorgeous.
Thank you, and I'll put that $10 bill in the mail and send it to you. Just kidding. I would love to introduce the first item, Scott, and then also knowing so many people are finding QVC now as a safe and happy and a little escape place to land. We'll talk about this jewelry that you bring to us, but look at what we're starting with. One of your favorites, one of my favorites. It sold out the last day that it was presented. We just got it back in stock, and it is an absolute gorgeous match to the today's special value with already over 500 ordered. So I put the lapis on with the floral, get it, of our today's special value, which is coming up.
So good, Jane.
Doesn't that look great?
It looks awesome.
And darling, thank you for bringing new sizes in this because we added the extra small. Most jewelry designers do small, average, and large. Scott does extra small, and that's going to be for about a 6-inch wrist or under. the small, which is like hovering around 7, the average, that's like 7.25, 7.5-inch wrist, the large up to 8, and if you need a little bit more room over that 8-inch wrist, that's going to be your extra large. So we're doing with the brilliant lapis lazuli that is a gem that's been beloved for thousands of years. We have it in green aventurine, and I have a little Irish story about that. So you know me, Scott, with my gem stories, but that's actually limited. Then we have the richness of red carnelian, very limited, by the way. The magnesite that looks like turquoise, but is a very cool gemstone, that's super limited. And then so is the charoite, which again has that beautiful purple, but the charoite is only left in extra small and large, and that's it. Everything else is gone. So Scott, Jay, tell us about your passion for this jewelry that you've brought to us here at QVC.
So I've been with John Hardy for 10 years. And if you've never heard of John Hardy, it's one of the most amazing silversmiths, and we're based in Bali. But for the past 7 years, I've had the opportunity to bring a collection exclusively here to QVC. So what Jane and I are about to present to you is only available here. It's all about telling stories through artisanship and craftsmanship. It's about spending the time on getting quality over quantity. It's about traveling the globe and bringing the stories of this global community and these artisans to life exclusively here on QVC. So the one you have here, Jane, what I love is we actually introduced this carved floral sterling silver gemstone bead bracelet 4 years ago. So, and you know, normally it's like something comes in for a season, then it goes away, and then a new one. This is so beloved. And when I first presented it, the first response from a lot of our collectors were like, stay away from toggles. I don't like them. They fall off. I lose them. We are rocking on a customer top rated as it goes up because it literally, the toggle is perfection. All of your silver there is solid. It's all casted. That was originally inspired by my trip through India and the gorgeous marigolds about, but also growing up with a mom who loved to garden. She always said, honey, you always plant flowers because you believe in tomorrow. It's hope for a new day. It's hope for a brighter day. So I'm thrilled that with everything going on, how gorgeous to bring that hope in and a beautiful artisan. And again, I'm going to yield the floor to you, Miss Jane, because the gemstones, I'm a color freak. I just love bright, saturated colors. I like colors you can't get everywhere. I would love to hear from you, if that's okay. What is you tell me the stories of the gems and what you love about them, please, and thank you.
I know, oh, darling friend, and my love to the whole family. I hope you guys are all doing well. I've
been love watching the dance-offs. On your IG page and your Facebook page. It's been very fun.
Thank you. Thank you. Anything to keep moving, right? So the charoite just sold out. I want to talk about this green aventurine because it's almost sold out. And, you know, one of the first shows that we did, Scott, this week with the whole social distancing, we're limiting people in the studio, which is hence why you and I are still connected, even though it's electronically. And I feel your love and I feel your passion for this jewelry and your friendship through the airwaves. But we just did our Irish show, and we do Connemara marble, and part of what makes Connemara marble green is this mineral serpentine that occurs in Ireland, and it's kind of a sister to that green aventurine serpentine, and it actually, there's a thread that runs all up and down the East Coast. So, you know, you wonder when the continents divided, part of that gem went to Ireland and part of that gem stayed here. So I love this green because it's so rare and so beautiful and so spring-like. And I think, like your mom said, we have hope. We have hope, and we know things will get better. But in the meantime, these treasures are, like I said, even if we're window shopping, are giving us something beautiful to look at. That
just some joy.
Oh my gosh, just gorgeous. So talk to everybody listening right now with this customer top rated, sold out when it was on the air. I love it with the floral, which, Scott, is my favorite in the Today's Special Value, because tell everybody how that bead is really what we're seeing right here in that gorgeous link that's coming up.
So from there, all of our pieces are cast. So they start off as a sketch, and then we go through all the lost art of wax carving. And that floral that you see there is a pattern that we developed 4 years ago. So where you see the beads, all the beads are 8mm. So they're genuine gemstones that are polished. And then your carved beads, it's the detail. So think about that. It was originally a cube of green wax. So by eyesight, the artisan would sit there in wax and lovingly, in detail and intricately carve all the beautiful floral motifs. So you get not only get all the beautiful petals, you get the pistils, you get the vines, you get the leaves, all of that details. It's flowers that will last you a lifetime. And then to complement it, we went out and were able to curate and procure some of the most beautiful gemstones. And the average gemstone that you're seeing there is normally a 30 to 35% rejection rate. As I said, coming from a couture world, I'm able to knock on doors that normally people wouldn't answer if it was just me.
Oh,
but
stop it.
No, but I happen to have an amazing company behind me. So then to sit there and lay out all these gorgeous gemstones and say, okay, I'm speaking about QVC, so I can't just take 6. Is it possible to get the top quality 600 in the world right now? Which is why this continues to sell out every single time, because it takes us that long to bring that quality of gemstones together. And when you spoke about your Today Special Value bracelet, the floral is our #1 most coveted texture in the J brand.
Yeah. Oh, it's my favorite, my friend.
The texture, it's gorgeous.
So we're going to
Look at
wrap
that,
this
babe.
up. It's on beautiful Adrian's wrist. She chose that green aventurine. The charoite, which was the purple, is already gone. And this has sold out. Well, last it was on the air, sold out completely. And today we added the extra small to this customer top rated bracelet. So if you love your blues, you're going to go for that beautiful blue lapis lazuli. We're kind of limited in these guys, though. The green is called green aventurine. The red is red carnelian, and there's that beautiful luminosity to the stone. And actually, magnesite is very limited, but it can easily be mixed and matched with your turquoise. And Sean, how many left in the magnesite? Or 3 dozen? Oh my gosh. Okay, so Scott, we're going to wrap it up. We have lots of new today. I'm going to keep you with me, the show, but first we want to talk about some of the things that are coming up during Tuesday Vibes and our J Jewelry collection. One is a classic. Like every great jewelry collection has what we call like a status. And this is the 2.7 millimeter box chain. Jay is famous for its box chains. Basically, Jay took an ancient chain that's been around forever and turned it into designer, right? And this is...
no, can I tell you?
You
Completely.
did. You so did. Okay, so here's what happened. If you're new to QVC, welcome in. If you're finding us at a time when you just need to sit back and smile, then join me and my friend Scott Grimes, who brings us the J collection. And we're going to let you know about a piece that's coming up, which is based on one that we brought to QVC back in December. It was one of the biggest hits we've seen on our sister station, QVC2. Is actually a bracelet. We also did a long station necklace. And I know so many of you said, okay, we love this idea, but could I have just more of almost like a pendant look? Something that is so sweet, so sincere, so simple. And of course, Scott, always listening, says yes. So it's inspired by one of our best-selling bracelets. It's brand new today. It is 18 inches in length, and we call it the Symbols of Love. Not a lot of these to go around. So the #1 that we always talk about is the paw print. That's usually the most popular. We have fewer than 300 to go around. Then in the middle, you have your heart. And look at how they're all hammered so beautifully. There's fewer than 200 there. And again, this is on that famous box chain. And then you have your cross. So I think, you know, our faith, being able to pray with friends, being able to pray with strangers, as so many wonderful people have done, like my friend Amy D'Ambra of My Saint, My Hero, has really been what has kept us all together. And then on this side, we come to something which also goes very quickly. We have our star, which is so beautiful. There's only 100 to go around. And speaking of the day that we just celebrated, Adrian, we've got our clover. So this is 18 inches in length. By the way, the clover is always the one to go. There's only 2 dozen to go around. So there is an extender here. It's an 18-inch chain with a 2-inch extender, which means if you wanted to do the cross and the heart, if you wanted to do the paw and the heart, if you wanted to do the star and the heart, if you wanted to get 2 of these and layer them together, you certainly could, because they are, and I'll show that to you right on this one. Let me see, which guy do I have in a one? Let's do the cross and the heart on this one. So I'm going to take one of the choices and make it a little shorter because you can. So all of this is designer. The lobster claw clasps are designer. The end caps are designer. You'll always have these clasps that are so easy to do. There's that little end cap that shows you're getting that J piece. But look how pretty this is. Because you can adjust them, if you would like to get more than one, they nestle and then they tell a story. And, you know, I learned to love silver because my mom taught me to love silver. She had gone to Peru against all odds and with kind of a Herculean effort to visit her sister back in the 40s by herself. I think it was 3 or 4 planes in several days just to get there. I remember her talking about refueling in Miami after leaving from, I think, like Washington, D.C. I mean, she came back with these pieces of Peruvian silver that as a little girl I was fascinated with, that I still have. And then, you know, it was more affordable in the day to do sterling rather than gold. And so the first good piece of jewelry I ever got was a sterling silver charm bracelet on my first Holy Communion, which was Holy Thursday, back in the year, well, what, 1970, because I was 8 years old, and it had one charm. It said my first Holy Communion with the date on the back. That bracelet has 40 charms, but that bracelet taught me to love sterling silver, as I know you do too. And that's what I think is so special about bringing the J collection to you today, is it elevates this precious metal that the Incas called tears of the moon. It elevates our pieces of jewelry that we're wearing in such a special way because it's crafted with such love and such care and such weight. I mean, this is 15.6 grams of silver. And Scott and I will talk about this a lot when we get to our today's special value. But when I went to Italy years ago to learn about jewelry back in the early 90s, a great designer in Milan said this to me. He said, if you're looking at a heavyweight bracelet, it should be 1 gram an inch. Okay, we're going to revisit that when we get to our today's special value. But in a necklace, it should be about 0.5 gram. So if you have 0.5 gram an inch of precious silver around your neck, so in this case, if we were at like 9 grams of silver, it would be considered a heavyweight. We are at 15.6 grams of silver. So we're beyond the heavyweight. So it's sturdiness and beauty to last forever. So you want to start, Sean, and I'll follow. Where do you want to go with our choices? Okay, so we're going to start on the paw, which is usually the most popular. We're down to 250, and I don't have an advance order for you right now. I'll also let you know that there are other pieces that match this that we're going to show you in a moment. And I also want to show this because Scott would want me to do that. Look how it is actually done on both sides. So all that beautiful hammering, that's done so beautifully. And I love the way this is not a pendant and a chain, it's a necklace. Then we have the cross, the heart. There's only 150 to go around. Remember, you can wear it 18 to 20 inches. And then you have the cross, your faith. 7 dozen to go around. And on the opposite side, super limited, you have your star. In the star, we have about 5 dozen. And then the clover, we have 1/2 dozen. And a lot of our Irish designers tucked clovers into their jewelry. So mix your metaphors, mix your story. That is absolutely beautiful. Okay, so remember, this was all inspired by a bracelet that Scott brought to QVC2, our sister station, back in December, and I never got to sell it again until Silver Day, which was just a few weeks back. And even then, we were selling out of things right and left. So now we brought in a beautiful brand new pair of those symbols of love earrings. It's the only presentation on the day. You know, this kicked off with Courtney. I saw Scott and throughout the day with all of our wonderful guests. There was a beautiful show with Jen Coffee a little earlier. This is the only presentation on the day. And it is such a sweet story because it is, again, the heart and the goodness that J represents, the hand craftsmanship, the beauty, the timeless quality that you're getting in this wonderful earring that maybe you're not a necklace person, or maybe you already have the bracelet from, you know, when it was super popular back in December, and then we brought it back in March and it sold out again. This is a really great way for you to see how those charms are 3-dimensional. They're diamond cut on the back as well as on the front. You have that sweet little half hoop that goes through your ears, so this is not going to be too big. We're taking a look at, do I have the right size? Hold on, let me do the right size. You have it at about 1 inch, just below that, including the dangle. And then look at that beautiful workmanship, that gorgeous link chain. It's like the box chain, but it's in a solid hoop. So let's play with the necklace as well. Now, you can do two things. You can get the necklace to match exactly, like I'm going to show you with the little paw print. Or you can go ahead and you can do, you know, maybe stars in your ear and the heart around your neck. Why not? So these are popular and brand new and only presentation of the day. So you've got your beautiful paw. Next to that, we have the heart dangle earrings. And I also want to show you the big, bold, beautiful, oversized clutch. Adrian's wearing them. Are these the most comfortable ever? They're so good. And you are, you know, we are practicing social distancing. My friend Adrian is a good 15 feet or more across the studio. I just turned to take a look at you and all I saw was flash and sparkle and it made me so happy. Like, see, she's way over there. There's a camera in the way, but that is my friend Adrian. She's like way over there. Okay, we moved the camera. Thank you, my friends. There she is. Hi, friend. Mwah, virtual kisses. But like from far away, all I could see were those beautiful dangling, sparkling earrings. And, you know, if you love a little dangle to catch the light, do you know that silver is even more reflective than gold? So if you're wearing these earrings and they're reflecting the light and they're flashing and sparkling, it's more so than even if you had a pair of 14 karat gold earrings that would be lots more expensive, because there's a light and a joy and an excitement to silver that J Jewelry captures so beautifully. Next, we have the heart. So, you know, a lot of us are not with our friends right now or our family members. And what about a bill to ship to as a special Easter present to someone that you love? Take a look at the cross earrings. I think that they would be appropriate for a confirmation gift. Again, we'll all get back together, and like my sister Chrissy said, you know, she's missing these times so much, but imagine the joy. Imagine we're not going to take any of this for granted, right? Something as simple as just meeting for a coffee, right? And in the meantime, we stick together across the miles. Then we have those stars. They're so beautiful, and I love that they're not big, but they pack a punch in terms of the amount of sparkle and the dangle. Look how they're even diamond or hammered, I should say, on the side. They're so beautifully made. And then we have our clovers, and just like in the necklace that got very limited, the clovers are pretty much last call. So this collection started with a bracelet that was on QVC2 as our QVC2 big deal. I have a sample of one right here. And it was one of the most popular items that we had done in the jewelry world as a big excitement on the day. And if you're new to QVC, we have several stations. This is QVC. We have a sister station, QVC2. This bracelet is available, by the way, so we'll give you that information in a moment. But what's cool about all of this is where it started. And I think this is what becomes this family that we felt through the year. And if you're new, welcome in, because that bracelet was so popular that our customers like you got in touch with Scott on Facebook or Instagram, got in touch with us here at QVC and said, wait a minute, we love that bracelet. Can you do more? And what we have right here is us doing more for you. So limited now in what we have in the necklace across the board, getting limited in the earrings. It's all part of this journey and this beauty of loving sterling silver together. And, you know, I mentioned the bracelet and the original necklace. Here they come. So the symbols of love occurred in this necklace. In the 18-inch, we only have the cross. And in the 36-inch, we have cross, heart, and the paw print. And then here is the original bracelet that we did in the symbols of love. One of the first times we've done a Star of David. So if you're looking for something for maybe a bat mitzvah coming up, that would be beautiful. The star has sold out. The clover has sold out in the symbols of love original bracelet. Okay. So remember I told you that was a really big deal? Are you ready for the really, really, really big deal? Scott's going to be back on the line, and let's get together talking about something that we like to call a Today's Special Value. So each night at midnight, East Coast, live midnight East Coast, we go on the air with something new, and it's called a Today's Special Value. And when I say we take months
to bring it to you. It takes months and months and months to bring you a beautiful today's special value. This price is going up at the end of the day. Sometimes we keep it on until, you know, I don't know, a day or two later. Not tonight. And we've already lost one choice, right, Sean? Yeah. So one of the choices is gone. So this is a first ever. This is exciting. This is a moment because we're bringing you in an extra small through extra large choice. So if you've got that just at 6-inch wrist and you need that extra small, we've got it for you. If you have more of a small wrist, that's, you know, 6 3/4 inch, we got that covered. If you have an average, we're up to a 7 1/4 inch, we got you. The large fits an 8-inch wrist and the extra large 8 1/2. The actual bracelet will measure a little bit longer, but you have to take up room on the wrist for something this big and bold and amazing. Look at that, which is handcrafted, hand assembled, and hand polished. So your choices come this way if you want the basket weave. We are by far more limited. We had 3 choices at midnight and we're down to 2, so obviously no advance order and the price going up at the end of the day. And if you want the extra large in the basket weave, fewer than 2 dozen. Some people have said, could this be a unisex bracelet? And I say absolutely, and Adrian is nodding across the miles over there on our set, so yay. My favorite is the floral, because when you think about that beautiful bracelet, I know the Charoite sold out, but if you think about that beautiful bracelet, these symbols in the J Jewelry collection, the flower right here, you heard Scott's beautiful story a moment ago. That is one of the most iconic moments in the J Jewelry collection. And you're getting it home at just $199.98. And look at where the gram weight comes in. And remember, Scott and I said we would revisit this whole how many grams an inch makes a heavyweight. You're about to say, woo, hold on to your hats, because the extra small is 32.4 grams of sterling silver, hovering at an ounce of that precious metal that I learned to love my whole lifetime ago, up to an extra large. Remember, that's going to fit about an 8 1/2-inch wrist, which is 41.4 grams of precious sterling silver. Our QVC price will be fabulous in the future at $269. Our 6 easy payment plan of $33.33, Scott, for $1 a day and free shipping and handling. I mean, wow.
Okay,
wow.
So may I ask you, you've been presenting silver for a little bit of time here, correct?
Yeah, 33-ish years, just a wee bit.
So on that, I imagine across the beautiful brands that have come here, you've presented quite a few status or open link bracelets.
Correct. You are correct.
So how do you feel when you, because again, for all of our friends and our fans, when you put this on, how does it compare? How does it feel to what you've seen in the market in general when it comes to a status link?
First of all, I have never had a status link on my wrist from a designer that weighed this much. Let's face it, you and I all know about how I want about 1 gram an inch if I want a heavyweight bracelet. Well, Scott was like, yeah, Jane, show me. But what I think is so amazing compared to other status links, all other status links, even if they are heavy, okay? Let's say, Scott, we come out with some sort of a Rolo thingy and it's 40 grams of silver, and that's a lot. But I've never seen the care and how the links. We've dropped it down to $35.25. Over 2,000 ordered just in the show. Let me take you down to the thong called the Yumi, okay? Whole sizes, half sizes, we go up. We only have about 2,200 left in the thong, and we've sold altogether at least that many in this show, if not a little bit more. And I also want to take 1 second, maybe I'll hold up the black, that this is really cool because we actually never did this before. This is the first time we went to Dr. Nick Pagano and the team at Spanko and said, can we have the same pattern, but can we do it in 2 styles? That has never happened. And even from anybody else when you think about it. Like, nobody ever did that. Like, okay, let's give you the same pattern, all man-made, but let's do it in 2 different styles. So this is the Colo, that's the slide. This is the Yumi, that's the thong. If you want the Yumi, don't wait. And sadly, I'm seeing red lights pop up. That means it's sold out. That gray box means we can't even take a wait list order. And your shoe lasts only as long as the inventory is, we just can't get this back in stock. And we already sold out of one color completely in that beautiful thong called the Yumi. So again, they come in the blue, the mint, the navy, the black, and the blush. The only tan option now is in the Colo slide. So you might want to get one for you and bill to ship to somebody else. I just want to give you a little update on the Ms. Move sandals. We started with 1,200 for the entire year. We sold through half. We only have 600 left. Yay! Hi, SK, I miss you.
I miss you too. Can you hear me okay?
Honey, I can hear you loud and clear, girlfriend. You look awesome. How's everything?
Oh, great. I mean, I'm just celebrating National Chocolate Covered Raisin Day. I'm just hanging out at home. I mean, you know, it's just a regular Tuesday, right, Jane?
Wait, I mean, Raisinets are my favorite thing to eat in the movies, and I did not know it was the National Day.
We are the same person. I am not joking. That is my favorite thing. And do you know how rare it is that people actually like those? They're a little old school.
But you know, honey, I am so old school. So old school. Oh my gosh, it's so good to hear you. But I feel like, I mean, I'm following you on Instagram, so seeing you every day.
Good.
What's happening tonight, girl?
We have the find, and I decided let's just really switch it up. So I have found a way to host the show from my house. So Court's in studio, I'm at home. We've got new lipsticks. We've got new Mark Fisher, which you're going to drool over. And it's going to be good. It's going to be really fun.
Okay, can I do that too?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, all right. Okay,
By the
I'm
way,
having a
blue is
Raisinette
your
and I'm thinking
color.
of you.
Think of me and blue is your color.
Oh, thank you, my love. Mwah, we'll see you tonight. Thanks, Sean.
Mwah, bye.
Love you, SK. Woo, how fun. Goobers and Raisinets, the chocolate-covered candy that pours. Does anybody remember that? No, only me. I'm the only old person in the studio. Okay, so Sean, my producer, who I had a little, you know, fight with earlier, but we've made up already, he noticed that when we did a little show mention of my favorite sandals, my favorite wedges from Skechers, that you guys went, wait, what? And we are now dwindling. So we're going to spend a moment with Stylin'. And I mean, she is well named. Everybody know what's left.
We only do good updates today, Jane.
So in the floral, we have 420 to go around. And don't forget, we still do have in every, it's all so beautifully finished. And you know, hand polished. So let's start with this extra small. First time we've seen it in the eye.
And kiss those babies, kiss your grandparents, kiss your mommy, kiss your grandkids. The easiest thing in the world to do is be kind. Be kind at every opportunity. Because when you're kind to other people, you're being kind to your own heart. Then we go to live in the moment. How often are we scurrying about? And I think something that's amazing about what's going on right now in our world today, it's kind of Mother
said we are practicing social distancing.
Yep.
I don't even know if we can. Okay, so Adrienne is way across the room. Look at her wrist. Now that is like across, you know, 5 tables. I mean, you're a good 15 to 20 feet away from me at least. But look at her wrist. From that far away, we didn't even, you're right, we didn't have to get the close up.
I wanted to bring something that was a statement. I wanted to bring something that was iconic, but something that was bold, but still modern and feminine. So just like your necklace, you look perfect, like perfection, Jane. So on there, with the weight, you and I both know, we wear our jewelry hard. Mm-hmm. We live in the real world. We're not. You're not getting dressed up and taking a photo and then taking it off and putting it away. I wanted to bring something to you that you could wear every single day, like you wear your favorite 5.3 box chain or your favorite 7.25 box chain. For me to do that, I had to put in as much weight in these solid cast pieces. If you were to cut through any of these links, or if you were to cut through the rondelle or the lobster clasp, it's nothing but silver. And when Jane and I speak about, when you look at a high-end designer level, that 1 gram per inch, we basically took that and times it by 4.
Yeah.
And but I don't want you to think, because you may look at it so hard because I can't put the jewelry on you. I don't want you to think like, oh my gosh, this is going to be clunky. Wait, this just looks like chunky jewelry. It's so refined. The details are so elegant. It's so elevated. This will become that one status piece that you wear every single day. If you wear any of my box chain bracelets, I promise you, you're going to get this home, and the same addiction you have with the box chain bracelet, you're going to have with these too.
And don't you agree that if you're getting the basket weave, a guy would love to wear it? Like if he loves jewelry, he can easily wear it.
In a heartbeat, which is why going to that extra large
but
makes it so easy.
We just lost the extra large in the basket weave. So hopefully he
Jane,
likes
if I was gonna
flowers,
say-
because the only thing that we have left in the extra large now is flowers. And you know what, Scott, let's face it, I love when you're next to me, but I also love that we can talk together, you and me today, and share this joy of, your passion for this jewelry and your passion for your family and your mom's words of wisdom with everybody watching. So if you're new to QVC, we actually just this week said, we know it's uncertain times. We know that you might be buying this and wondering, oh, but what if it's not right for me? We have 90 days now to love it or return it. A 90-day return policy. We also have 90 days if you need to exchange it for like a different size. So I think it becomes something that we can purchase and love. And I know you're going to love it, but I just wanted to let everybody know that we're really, really standing behind you and doing everything we can to entertain you and also help you with your shopping. And that's perfect, because even if you have to exchange the size on your bracelet, that's 90 days. So it'll be awesome. All right, Scott, I will be your little show and tell lady, and I want you to walk us through how this bracelet is made. So we start with just like a really detailed sketch, correct?
So I wanted to give you a sneak peek of how everything comes to life. So it is the artisan sketch. So there's 3 different renderings there. So you actually see the floral pattern, the basket weave, you see the beautiful box chain. At that point, again, just the sketches alone to get the dimensions correct, because from there, that's our master. We follow that to the T. You're then going to see these beautiful, delicate wax carvings, which originally start off as 1 cube of wax that is then cut with X-Acto knives, and then they're beautiful artisan's tools to get down detailed to turn a flat sketch into a 3-dimensional work of art. From there, we're going to take the individual high polish link. You have the floral link, you have the basket weave link. Remember, there's multiple sizes, and what Jane is showing you there is the wax mold. So inside of there would be the master casting. We then cut the silicone out. We open it up as Jane has. Then we close it back together. And that hole that's right there facing the camera, the artisan will go up to the machine, and then it gets shot full of wax, liquefied wax that once it cools, you cut it back open. So think about that. That has to be done for every single link in every size.
Wow.
You're then going to turn around, and the artisan, and there's another version. So one's high polish and one's the floral. But right next to there, and I apologize about the state of it because that came from Thailand. It's all better days. But that's a wax tree. So they individually add all those wax from the silicone mold onto this tree, and we call it a tree because you see where the cables go out. We then turn around, and from the inside, we fill it with sterling silver. We heat it just under 1,000 degrees, and Jane's holding an actual silver tree. That's solid sterling silver. But notice it's not finished. It almost has a yellow patina look to it.
Right.
There's no polishing. There's no oxidation. We then cut all the individual components out. And what you're going to see there is an actual bracelet that has not been soldered together down to the custom lobster clasp. So all the individual elements get laid out. Our silversmith comes and starts putting together. Then you end up with a high polished, no oxidation. No, it's not polished yet, no oxidation. And that's the floral bracelet there.
And then I just ran and got, but look at the difference.
Look at the difference.
Like the hand oxidation and the hand polishing. I mean, it's amazing to see those two side by side. I mean, how this really has to come to life. Like, look at the difference between what just could have been a pretty bracelet and what is a spectacular bracelet.
I mean, and I also, you can't fake craftsmanship.
No.
You can't turn around and do a computer animation and go to a machine and just put it all out there. There's a reason why we call it soulful craftsmanship. It's the head, the heart, the hands. It's the lost art. It's creating these works of art, which is why, Jane, we've worked on a status bracelet for most of our 7 years here. But to create this one, once it was ordered for 7 months, we worked on making this bracelet for you all.
Oh my goodness. So we started with 14,000. After showing you that little walk along, you probably are now like, wow, who knew? And I think if you've never seen, I know for me, I never saw jewelry being made. When I did finally get a chance just a few years after I started here to travel and take a look at how jewelry was made, I was like, oh my goodness, I just never knew. So we started with 14,000 lovingly handmade, hand assembled, hand polished, handcrafted pieces of jewelry. Here's what we have left. First of all, we had three choices for you. One is already gone. We have the basket weave. I got to remove that though because we just lost a size, right, Sean? So we have in the basket weave in the extra small, 250, in the small, 300, in the average, 650, and in the large, 350. And then the floral's more popular, and that's my favorite. We right now have all sizes, but if you want the extra large, only 120. Scott, should we go through the sizing for everybody? Because I think most of us are used to getting a bracelet and it's either too big or too small and it's never Goldilocks, right?
No, and more often than not, if you go to a brick and mortar door, and I can speak to my couture world, you normally get two options. I mean, you literally have size average, and depending on the store, there might be a small, there might be a large. What I have learned being here at QVC for the past 7 years is, could you please respect all of our sizes? Could you bring an extra small and an extra large? So when you actually see the length, and Jane, you said it perfectly, and I appreciate you speaking to it, the length is going to be longer than the fit. Because it's these large, bold yes, you don't want it to fit like a watch. So we added, and that's that engineering of the elongated, and as we said, there are 3 different size polished links on there. That's going to fit true to size. So if you always wear a small, but you find that it still rolls too far down on your wrist, and again, since this is a weighty piece, you're not going to want it to roll further down.
No.
Do me a favor and go to an extra small.
Right.
But from there, if you love the way your small fits, order the small here. Even though the length and the measurement says longer than your normal one, this is how it was made. If the large doesn't fit you properly, and you just want a little more give, you would love to do a bold status link, but every time you've tried it on, it's almost like putting a belt around your wrist. On something like this, it's still going to be the beautiful drape. Go to the extra large.
I love that the flower is the most popular because, Scott, you and I share love of family and memories together, but I want you to share what your mother said about planting a garden, because I think my sister Jenna said, we were talking a lot about our parents and our grandparents going through a very difficult time in the 40s. And my sister Jenna said, well, that's why everybody had a victory garden in their backyard, so that they would have some of the staples. So I really do feel that gardening is going to be something that even those of us that are really bad at it might start doing more. So can you say what your mom said about flowers?
Well, right before you and I spoke on this session, I was out in our garden. So at the first week of January, we have broccoli, tomatoes, everything, because an iguana got through the cage, the chicken cage. So I had to get the iguana out because it was eating our broccoli. But so my mom, an amazing human being, she passed 4 years ago. She was a firm believer that you tend to your garden, whether it is your family, whether it is your personal needs, whatever, but you tend to your garden, because tending to your garden is tending to your soul. And she would sit there and say, when she would go out, and we're in South Florida, so it's basically hot or hotter more often than not. And she loved to plant impatiens. And my father would come out and say, geez, Louise, Donna, we can't plant impatiens until September because of the weather. It's going to die. And she's like, and we had a huge gumbo limbo tree in our front yard. And she goes, I'll take care of it. And she would go out there. She would water. It was her time to relax and sing. And again, 5 kids, so anything to get away from us, I'm sure. But she says, you know what, honey? She goes, you plant flowers, you plant seeds because you believe in a brighter tomorrow. It's a symbol of hope. It's the symbol that lives within all of us, that we know no matter what. Because you wouldn't plant a seed or a flower if you didn't think it would bloom.
Right.
Because you wouldn't. It's you showing up the next day to see, okay, is it there? You water it, you feed it, you love it, you nurture it, you talk about it, you think about it. It's all of that love that comes through, which is why I think this floral collection, not only because of the artistry, as I said, that wax carving and I just wish you all could feel it and see it, because you're going to be blown away when you get it home. Just the detail of bringing those florals to life in this sterling silver is mind-blowing. But when it's wrapped around your wrist, it just makes you happy. That floral, it's going to make you feel worth it because you're going to feel that weight.
I promise I will show you my charm bracelet that is now 50 years
I
old.
told you.
I'm bringing
I
it
went through
in
all of that.
because we're all going to be together again. That we
Yes.
know. And so I'm going to
It's
show it
fish
to
all
you.
that.
But, you know, you never look at a piece of jewelry like this 10, 20 years from now and regret getting it. You look at this and say, I'm so glad I got it when I did. So to start talking value, I mean, it's amazing, but I mean, it's so much more than that. But the price is going up at the end of the day, and I never want you to spend more. I always want you to get the best value you possibly can. To remind you, we've already lost an entire design. So the box chain is gone. This is the basket weave, which is now sold out in the extra large. And we have 4 sizes left. We started at 5. That's the basket weave. My favorite is the floral, which is the most popular. Let's all think of Scott's beautiful mom watching over us with her protective, loving arms from heaven. And take a look at that beautiful floral pattern, which is now getting kind of limited, especially in that extra large. We don't have an advance order, and past midnight tonight, we can't keep this price. And it ships for free. And if you're new to QVC, I'm going to ask Scott again about his heritage in the jewelry business. I think you'll be not surprised when you hear where he started. Now, the basket weave or floral hoop earrings are awesome. They are brand new, and there's only 300 to go around. And by the way, I haven't shown anybody my pick of the show, Scott, but Morgan said it was bought for me, and I cried a little bit. Anyway, so that's coming up in our big 2 hours with our beautiful dear friend Scott Grimes and the J Jewelry Collection. Okay, we have all 3 choices in the status link ring, not static, but status link ring. But if you want the box chain, only 5 and 6 left. There's the floral to work back to the today's special value, and we have the basket weave to work back to the today's special value.
And those look so pretty on.
You know what, Scott Grimes? I was really hoping there would be a fainting couch on set that I could sort of collapse onto. Because, oh, wow, are we having, you know, my brother used to say, are we having fun yet? We are having fun with Scott Grimes, our designer,
So
our
good.
expert with the J Jewelry Collection. I mean, wow.
$1 million, Jane.
I mean, just
It
like,
looks-
wow.
Dreams
And 500 gone today. You know, Scott, I remember going to Italy with our buyers years ago to the Vicenza Jewelry Fair. And when I say years, I mean the early 90s. And our wonderful viewers and guests in the day, our friends that would write us letters, because there was no such thing as email or social media. I know I'm a dinosaur. And they would say, can you bring us the big and bold? And, you know, we just weren't there yet. So I look at this and I think of all the people that were just desperate to have something big and bold. It is the biggest, boldest J necklace ever offered on QVC. It is 77.7 grams at the highest gram weight. And we also do have 12-month special financing. And that means if you're new to QVC, if you don't have a Q card, you can either call us or go online. If you're approved, you can immediately take advantage of 12-month special financing. And in this case, that means about $37.50 a month to bring home a necklace, which we know it should be about a half a gram an inch to be a
Yes.
heavyweight. So wait for it. You know, it's 16 inches with a 4-inch extender. Let's just even say it's a 20-inch necklace. So if it was 10 grams, Scott, you'd be flying high. It is
Yes.
7 times that plus. Oh my gosh.
It's it is such a beautiful wow piece. If you've ever been looking for your signature necklace, come here. And what Jane is showing you, do know, okay, so when you look at 16-inch, I don't want you to think, oh my gosh, why do you make it 16-inch? It's not going to fit me.
Right.
It's 16-inch with a 4-inch extender for a very specific reason. This is not a chain. This is a necklace. So you are going to want it to fit in different areas of your décolleté based on what you're wearing and the season that you are in. So this will go anywhere from a 16-inch all the way to a 20-inch. So across the board. So Jane, it looks like you have it clipped. Are you about a 16-inch?
I'm
there?
at
Do you have it
16,
right on the-
and
So
which is perfect because number one, the neckline is a Susan Graver top. The neckline is probably almost like where an 18-inch necklace would hit. So then we would be competing. Plus, this is not real world, but I got a microphone. So, and you know, I don't know who's doing audio today, but there's never fun when the mic hits your jewelry. So I love that I could get just the perfect length. Now, Adrian, how long are you wearing yours? And so Adrian is wearing hers at the very end, at the longest. So that really gets everybody to see how it hits on me and then how it hits on our dear, beautiful Adrian.
Because if I were to have made this at 18-inch, you wouldn't be able to adjust it at all.
It would be too short. I mean, it would be too long for me. And maybe with a mock neck, then it would be too short. So now you've basically given us, think about this, Scott. You gave us a 16, a 17, an 18, a 19, and a 20-inch heavyweight necklace. It's like buying 5. No, it's more because it's also a 16 and a half and a 17 and a half and an 18 and a half and a 19 and a half. So it's like basically getting an entire wardrobe, like 10 gorgeous necklaces coming to us that we can adjust and wear at any length.
I mean, and again, Adrian, it looks flawless on you. And the way we built this, I don't want you to think I took our beautiful Today Special Value bracelet and said, oh, great, let's make a necklace. Let me drop it on our 5.3 box chain.
Right.
These are all brand new size links. These are all custom links again. We actually had to recreate that entire process to make it a little bolder because I wanted on the presence, that is your statement, that is your wow. People, when they greet you your face, they greet your eyes, and this is what's going to frame you so beautifully. And then you're going to see that graduation going down the center there, and then it goes on to anyone who owns our 5.3 box chain. That's what it's built onto. So it goes directly from these individually cast, and then you just choose the texture of your box chain, your floral or your basket weave, and then you have the beautiful 5.3, and then as Jane said, there's the 4-inch extender. It really is probably one of the most beautiful necklaces that we brought here.
It's the boldest ever.
Yes.
It's the boldest ever. Wow.
Go bold or go home sometimes.
Yeah. And you know what? You buy it once and you never need to buy it again. That's another thing my mom always taught me. It was, you know, a lot of times we buy a little bit here and then a little bit there and a little bit here and we're never really satisfied. But if you'd only just kind of wait. And my mother was brilliant because she didn't know what Easy Pay was or she didn't know what 12-month special financing was with a Q card because it didn't exist, you know, when she was walking this beautiful earth with me. But I look at 6 easy payments. How many times have we spent about $70 or $75 invested in a piece of jewelry and it was kind of light? So rather than buying anything over the next 6 months, invest in this. There's the Today Special Value bracelet. There's the necklace right next to it in that beautiful, beautiful basket weave. I do have an update, Scott, for everybody. I'm going to let everybody know what's left.
We only do good updates today, Jane.
So in the floral, we have 420 to go around. And don't forget, we still do have in every size. It's the only Today Special Value that we have left in every size, and that's the floral bracelet, but some of them are getting limited. In the middle, we've got that basket weave. There's only 250 to go around, and we only have 4 sizes left in that Today Special Value in the basket weave. It almost looks like little puffy hearts, doesn't it? That's like an I love you moment. And then in the one that didn't even wait for you and me in this show to be spoken of, and that is the box chain. We're down to 150. But Scott, lots of people finding QVC for the first time. Can you talk about your pedigree and your history in the world of jewelry and where Jay truly comes from?
So I've been in the world of designer jewelry for close to 11 years with John Hardy. While I was there, and I still work with them, I reported to the head designer. The head designer at the time, he's worked for a couple of brands. So he was the head designer for Van Cleef & Arpels for 15 years, in charge of their one-of-a-kind collection. Prior to that, the House of Boucheron. So imagine that was my mentor. So we would travel the globe sourcing gemstones and working on these one-of-a-kind pieces that normally would start at $25,000 and go up to $1 million. So when, of course, I was like, well, of course we treat this gold or this gorgeous Mabe pearl with such respect. And he said, no, my friend, you treat every design with respect. You treat every metal with respect. I don't care what you're working with, but you give it the life that it deserves. So for the past 7 years, I've been fortunate enough to bring Jay exclusively here. I travel around the world throughout the year, and I bring stories of local artisans, whether it was from Botswana, whether it was through Chiang Mai, whether it was Alaska, or just recently Japan, or New Delhi. It was everywhere, but I bring those stories to life. But what I think has been the most advantageous is I get to spend time with you all every day, not only Jane and Adrian here, but with all of the QVC collectors. I do personal appearances. So it's different to have a designer sit here and say, this is perfect, this is what you need, as opposed to me meeting you and saying, okay, try it on, and you giving me direct consumer feedback. It's really good, but you messed up here. This should have been weightier. So I want to bring all of that together in a modern, but the quality edge, and elevate everything you've ever had in the world of silver.
Oh, beautifully said, my friend. And in those 7 years with Scott's amazing journey in the world of jewelry, we've never had a necklace like this before. So whether you, like I say, window shop or you indulge, it's a beauty. And if you want to get that Q card, it's our own credit card here. Q card, it's called here at QVC. Go online or go to QVC.com. I actually did math. How about that? My producer, Sean, is amazed. It's about $37.50 a month if you do the 12-month special financing. And of course, everything is now part of our extended return policy of 90 days. We don't want you to think you have to get out to a post office or, to wherever to either exchange or return something. You've got 90 days to return, 90 days to exchange. I'm wearing this ring, and Scott, I love it, and I can't believe it's $99.98. So it is J356783. Can I just say, in about an hour, you mentioned Japan.
Yes.
And I'm wearing a cuff that Morgan said was bought for me, and I teared up a little because it's going to be a story about my Rudy, my dad. But that's coming up in an hour, or less than an hour, and it really is spectacular. So just hint, hint, nudge, nudge, don't go anywhere. But this is one of the big stars of the day, and this means so much to Scott. And who knew, Scott, that, the last time that you and I presented this, and it sold out the last day that it was on the air, that this would come along at a time when we need to see those words written on our wrist, or we love to be reminded. Even if we don't buy this, it's not about buying, it's just about listening and enjoying this time together and appreciating the passion and yet the beauty that Scott brings to us in this jewelry. So it has a 4.1 plus star rating. It just came back in stock after it sold out last time on QVC, so we had to have it remade, and you see how carefully and how much work goes into the making of this jewelry. Also, like our Today's Special Value, and I've layered it with the Today's Special Value, the price does go up at the end of the day. So on my wrist, I'm telling a little Jane and Jay story. We've got the lapis, the color of the heavens, the lapis lazuli, and that beautiful bracelet. Then I have the Today's Special Value, and then we have the I Love thin cuff. But when we say thin, I don't want you to think of like a teeny weeny skinny little bangle.
It's thin for Jay.
Yeah, thin for, right? Thin for you guys. Because when we take a look at this, it still is about 1/8 of an inch wide. Like, that's not a skinny winny little bangle. And it's made so beautifully. And there's not many of these to go around. If you want the extra small, we have 115, and that's it. If you want the small, 175. If you want the average, 380. If you want the large, 260. Extra large, only 100. Okay, so Scott, let's talk.
Just, it's the first time we brought it in extra small and extra large. That was a collector request.
Oh, thank you. Well, you talked about, we're your boss, right? We boss you around, and we see what we want. Okay, so should we talk about the words that you've inscribed here?
Yes, if you can start with the word breathe.
Yes.
On the first, and I apologize.
That's okay.
Because
I got you, dude.
So these mantras, as I think I had shared, my mother passed away 4.5 years ago, and we had an amazing relationship, and it hasn't ended. So she's still here with me. But these are some of the mantras that she didn't just speak to me about, but that she taught me by example. So first off, how perfect is that for today? Breathe. She used to say, honey, I just need you to take a deep breath. This too shall pass. Just breathe, honey. Everything's going to be okay. And then right next to it, she would always say, more than no, say yes. She goes, you don't get the opportunity if you don't say yes. She goes, so say yes to everything that you can. Her life was always about choosing love over hate. So we have on there, please make sure to always choose love. Love is always the answer. Then next to it, be grateful. Every night we say our prayer with our kids, and literally we go over about what we are grateful for. So our 6 and 2-year-old are learning that it's so important to be grateful for not only the lessons, whether they're hard, that we're learning, but the opportunity to learn from them. I think we're all going to be over this one. Travel often. As soon as that opportunity comes up again, I promise you the next time your friends say, why don't we go take a trip? And I don't care if it's a trip down to the pizzeria.
We're
Let's
going.
get together. Let's enjoy. Travel often. You travel across the seas and it turns you into storytellers. And then you go to have faith. With the have faith, it's so important in everything going on in the world. My mom used to always say, Scott, you have to have faith in something. So and if you're not going to have faith, you have to have faith in yourself. Believe in yourself. Then we go to listen to your heart. We have all been through that. In the end, when the decision is made, how often have you gone back and said, you know what, I should have listened to my heart. Unfortunately, I listened to my mind and I didn't. My heart always knew, my gut knew. From there, we go through and it's believe. You have to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself means you believe in your future. So again, these are all things that was passed on to me that I now speak to my kids about. Okay, this one, whether you are going to be a prude or you're going to say no, kiss more. You never get a chance when someone's gone.
Right.
Always take the opportunity and kiss those babies, kiss your grandparents, kiss your mommy, kiss your grandkids. The easiest thing in the world to do is be kind. Be kind at every opportunity. Because when you're kind to other people, you're being kind to your own heart. Then we go to live in the moment. How often are we scurrying about? And I think something that's amazing about what's going on right now in our world today, it's kind of Mother Nature sent us all to our rooms.
Exactly. There's a stillness, and sometimes there's a beauty in the stillness that we never get, especially the way we all run around, right?
Well, it's constant go, 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 when you can actually, like I said, my 2.5-year-old here, Christian, Dada, let's play. Dada, let's go in the pool. Dada, and at first I'm like, Dada has to work. Dada has to work. But I'm like, Dada doesn't have to work. Meaning I do have to work. But Dada has this one moment with this 2.5-year-old child who thinks I'm everything to him. And if I don't recognize that moment, shame on me, because then when I'm 70 years old and I wish you would come around more often, I had that chance that I passed on.
Right.
From there, we go to hug more. Again, maybe not be appropriate right now to a stranger or down the street, but the people who are in your house, show them, hug more. As I tell my children, read more, read more, read more. There are some amazing books in this world that can take you on adventures that you never knew were there. Play more. I do not care what your age is. We can all play. Life is here to be celebrated. Be a friend. First off, start by being a friend to yourself. Stop being hard on yourself. Stop judging yourself. But you know what? Be a friend to the stranger. Be a friend to your brother, to your sister. And then the last 3 are kind of my motto. Laugh. Laughter is amazing, and you can't be mad if you're laughing. I want you to dance. Me, don't judge, Jane. Me, it's Linda Ronstadt in the morning before the kids wake up. And I love just to be alone, and that's my happy time.
Okay, so what's the song? What Linda Ronstadt, though?
Oh, I don't have between Linda Ronstadt and Carly Simon,
right?
Coming around again, everything is perfection to me.
And
then lastly, it's just be.
Just be.
Just be.
So that's a life lesson in a bracelet. It really is. And, you know, a lot of people say if you write it down, it will happen. If you wear it, it will happen. I know you love, as I do, Amy D'Amber of My Saint, My Hero. I have her bracelets on. I took a few of them off today, but every single day I wear about 10, along with, again, the box chain bracelet that, you know, you taught me to love so many years ago. This is that story. This is something you will treasure and remember forever. And I want to take you through what's left, because obviously jewelry takes a long time to make. So it's not like it'll just come back in stock like next week. And that's just, you know, for you, if you're new to QVC, if we get it back in, it usually takes months because it's all so beautifully finished and you know, hand polished. So let's start with this extra small. First time we've seen it in the I Love cuff. We have fewer than 100. Then we have the small. 140. In the average, 330. Large, 240. Extra large, 7 dozen. And those sizes will coordinate back to the sizing in the today's special value.
Yes.
I'm wearing the small in everything, so it all fits perfectly. I have the small in the I Love bracelet, the small in the today's special value. I have the small on in the lapis. I used to always tease and say I wanted small hips. I got small wrists, but now you know what? I got hips and it's fine. All the stuff that used to bug us, we are all now good. So this is a hot pick, a star on the day. If you want to do this as build to, ship to, and send it to somebody that could read all those words, right, Scott, and really get something out of it, just think about that, because we can arrange that. They get the jewelry, you get the bill. Let's take a look at these earrings too, because they are beautiful. They're the symbol of love, heart drop earrings. They are dangling and dramatic. We introduced those on Silver Day and they were super popular. So here's what's happened. Scott's going to stay put in his home. I'm going to stay put in the place I've called home for now almost 34 years, QVC studio. We're going to take a real quick moment to show this to you, and then when we come back, the second hour of On Tuesday Vibes, Jay Jewelry, featuring a really important look at our today's special value. So stay with us.
Shoe Shopping with Jane, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on QVC.
Beautify your home throughout the day Thursday on QVC.
I'm so excited to bring you home with me to New York City as I will be teaching the teacher. We're going to be fabulous. Check out QVC social channels tomorrow for In Her Beauty with me, Carmen D.
You're watching QVC.
Hey, I'm Jane Tracy, and it is so nice to be able to spend this time with you. I'm almost always here on a Tuesday night. We call it Tuesday Vibes with Jane. That's me. And Sean, who is through the magic of electronics, going to be joining us a little bit later, so stay tuned. Speaking of cool stuff that we can do now that we couldn't do 34 years ago when we started, we've got our dear friend Scott Grimes joining us live via Skype. We are being, really having very few people in the studio. We have our social distancing, and our wonderful guests like Scott have taken the time to take a time out from their day with his family, as you're staying safe at home, Scott, and spend it with us here at QVC. So we really appreciate it, and thank you so much.
Well, I got to be honest with you. I love this point of view because I get to actually see what everything looks like. It's so much fun this way.
Well, I also want to tell you, Scott and I have 2 cuffs coming up in the show. One, Morgan, our buyer, said, Jane, we bought this for you. And the second one is my pick of the show because it's one of my favorite stories ever. And you get this whole floral thing happening, so stay tuned. But
new fan cuff
already, Scott, I've been wearing this ring and it's really limited. We have fewer than 500 to go around. I love it. This is why I am a lazy stacker. I'm not good at it. I second guess myself. Adrian, I'm like, yeah, I can't do it. Scott's laughing. So true. I'm like, I don't know. Like, the only thing I stack well are my wedding set, and that I never take off my hand unless it's, getting checked or something. So this is instant stack 'em up at $99.98 for the quality of the silver, the craftsmanship that goes into it. This is amazing. There's the floral to match back to your today's special value. We start at 5, we go to 11, but we are really limited across the board on this. And what a great way. Maybe, the necklace and the bracelet is not in your price range, but when you think of 5 easy payments of $20 a month, that might be the way to go. So there's your floral. Then next to that, we have our absolutely beautiful rope. Then or is that the basket weave? Did I say that backwards? That's a basket weave. Yep, I knew that.
And then rope.
Then we have the rope. But then We
Dun, dun,
have
dun.
our Croco,
Croco.
and the Croco is by far the most limited. So a few of these work back to the today's special value exactly. You can match
Yes.
the floral to the floral, the basket weave to the basket weave at under $100, and only presentation on the day, and 4.7 stars, and a gorgeous.
And we just got them back too.
Just back in, like totally
Yes.
just back in stock. And of course, you know, the Croco is almost gone, but you don't have to be matchy-matchy. Like you don't have to say, wait, well, I have the floral, today's special value, I have to get the floral ring. No, you don't.
Oh.
You can, or you can just play. Right, Scott?
Well, again, so what you'll notice is this I call this the crossover, the highway ring. So the bottom two, it's all solid, it's all sterling silver, and it tapers so it's comfortable, so it fits true to size. But what you're going to see is the first two carvings down below are the box chain. So anybody, that's why it does go back to the today's special value, because it really is, it's not blown up like today's special value. But anyone who owns any of my box chain bracelets, this perfectly matches. Then you just choose which texture would you like to go right across.
Right.
Where Jane's showing you now is the beautiful depth of the carving of that floral. Again, our #1 signature, one of our most requested, all done by hand, all done by through the wax and then hand applied oxidation, but the depth of the beautiful carving and the high polish of the box chain.
It is
And then
such a gorgeous ring when you think of how weighty it is on the hand, how comfortable it is on the hand. Like, you know, sometimes we put on rings and we're just a little disappointed. There's a tinny feeling to them. There is nobody getting disappointed with this one, Scott.
Well, then, Jane, would you mind if you show your hand like you're about to give me a high five?
Sure.
Just so they can see how we tapered it for the comfort.
Right. So I'm in a size
on-
6 that I'm normally in. So that's what a size 6 fits. So I can get it over my knuckle, but then it's
Yes.
still super comfortable.
Because it's volume, I'm going to say the word wrong. It's voluminous. Say it for me, Jane.
Voluminous.
It's voluminous up top with all the architecture that we created with the design, but down below, it's completely comfortable and it fits true to size.
Okay, well,
And then
if you
from there-
notice, I just pulled a
I
Grinch.
saw you.
You know, when he goes
Yes.
across and he takes all the wreaths off the door. I did just take the Croco out because it completely sold out. We're now, okay, so like you said, this flew out last time. It is already at 4.7 stars, customer top rated. We just got it back in stock, but now we have about half the quantity we brought in for the day. That's all that we have. So about 250 left, and that's it. And the basket
there's your
weave,
rope texture, and then
ironically,
your
is the most
basket
limited,
weave.
followed by the rope, and then, of course, our gorgeous floral, which is the most popular. So Scott and I are going to continue on. Remember, this will be part of a convo with our today's special value that we'll see another look in this 2-hour show.
Aw,
Okay, so it's the Forget-Me-Not cuff. You know my story, Scott. It goes back to my first cab ride, and I thought I had arrived. I'm sorry, Sean, what? We only have 330 to go around, and that's it. And it's a cuff like Scott has never designed before. And to layer that with our today's special value would be kind of amazing. Okay, brand new today, and the buying team loves this. They said this is their favorite. If you kind of walked away from the TV, I get it. There's a lot going on. Sometimes we get called back into, you know, just being constantly in this whirlwind of what's going on. And that's why I love that we have this little place called QVC where you can safely land. You don't have to shop. You can just listen to Scott and his expertise and take a look at jewelry like we have never seen before. Now, Scott, you've said it before. I've been selling jewelry on television since 1986. That's a really long time. I have never seen anything like this before. The cool factor just went off the charts, and our buying team said this is their absolute favorite. It's brand new to QVC. Look at this. So you're going to order by your gemstone, but this is sterling silver gemstones and beautiful leather. So if you're getting the rhodolite, that's going to be the pink stones. It's part of the garnet family. It was actually originally discovered, the rhodolite, in North Carolina in the late 1800s, and it comes from the word rhododendron. So just like Scott's mom said, the flowers are going to come, and that's all about hope. That would be your rhodolite with the gorgeous black leather. Then next to that is the wow factor. That's black spinel, better maybe than black diamonds, with a red leather, gorgeous bracelet. Wait to see the clasp in the back. I'll show that to you with the next choice. That's by far the most limited. And then the one that's happy. You know, it got kind of sunny out today, and I went outside and stood on the deck, and I listened to the birds, and I saw them flying around, and I thought, you know what? We're connected. We'll get through this. We have the beautiful birds and the blue sky and the sun shining, and that's what this bracelet reminds me of. Sunshine and blue skies. It's citrine with gorgeous turquoise leather, and your choice of extra small, small, average, large, and extra large. Scott, wow. I've never seen anything like this before in my life.
So okay, so I'll rewind. We launched February 14th, our collection from Japan.
Yes.
And we launched a cherry blossom and a tiger collection. And all the new designs flew out and sold out that day. So I wanted to continue the collection of the tiger stripes. Figurative tiger, yes, too, but this is about the stripes. Because in Japan, I absolutely adore, one of the legends they say about tiger stripes. They say tiger stripes are believed to transform anger into wisdom and insight into a powerful symbol of protection for those who wear tiger stripes. The more stripes a person wears, the more life they have lived.
Wow.
So what you have there is that beautiful, large station of all sterling silver. We then came and hand set 47 gemstones. The best quality, color matched, on average a 30 to 35% rejection rate, hand set it, applied the oxidation below. We then went out and met with a premium Italian leather manufacturer and picked what we thought were some of the most beautiful, vivid colors.
Yeah, you did.
And then as you showed that clasp on the back.
Oh, it's so cool.
The clasp on the back alone could be a bracelet.
Yeah. So that's the clasp with the tiger stripes, and all you do is depress that and it opens up. But then it's like the fanciest box and tongue clasp I've ever seen in my life. It snaps and locks into place. Scott, I know we don't have a lot of time on these, and we do have gorgeous earrings to match as well. Any suggestion on caring for the leather? Do I have to worry that it's going to turn or the color's going to come off?
So this isn't going to fade. It's not going to chip. It's not going to peel off. If we're going to give you 47 gemstones, we're putting it on high quality leather.
So
and you'll
no
notice
worries.
too, no worries. And for the fit, on the actual station, if you hold it up, you're going to see how we contoured it to lay perfectly on your wrist.
Yeah,
so it's not a straight bar. It curves there, so it basically hugs your wrist.
So real quick, if you want the rhodolite in any size, it's a little over a carat of that beautiful pink gemstone. If you're getting the citrine, which that combo is amazing, that's going to be 79 points. It's all the same size. It's just the density of the gem. And then if you want black spinel, that's going to be about 90 points. Now, Scott, I'm moving everything up here because these earrings
those are my favorite.
Amazing. Adrian, do you love these earrings? They are gorgeous. Okay, first of all, just like the bracelet, they are brand new today. We've never done anything like this before. We won't have a lot of time, but just want to let you know, if you want right there, the black spinel, which is like black diamonds, and our own jewelry lover, our Antonello, always would say, dim the lights, sweet darling. Like when the lights get low, black spinel just comes on fire. And then we have the rhodolite, which is that beautiful pink garnet, fewer than 100 to go around. And by the way, an omega back. And guess what? The other thing I learned in Italy many years ago is I said, what one piece of jewelry should I bring back? And our Italian designer said, buy an earring with an omega back. Yes. That's the sign of an elegant earring. And then we have citrine, which is about a carat, and there's only 4 dozen of those to go around. And of course, there is the Japan cuff coming up in the show, so this is all going to tie together beautifully.
Well, so you have all hammered sterling silver, which the hammered technique goes throughout our J collection, goes throughout our couture collection. The size of this stud is perfect for coverage, no matter the shape of your earlobe, because of the omega back. It fits perfectly. We launched this exact earring on February 14th instead of gemstones, just oxidized. And I don't think we had a chance to do a full presentation because it sold out so quickly.
Wow.
We wanted to bring you something that we could elevate and make it so darn sexy that just jeans and a t-shirt and these ears.
Done.
I mean, Don't you, Jane? It looks flawless.
It's done.
Looks
It's
so
so good.
good.
And you have to see it on Adrienne because she looks awesome as well. And also super comfortable. Like, you know, I was a girl in the 80s. Big shoulder pads, big hair, big earrings, right?
Oh, I remember. I saw the pictures of you with your hair.
Yeah. Well, you know, it was the 80s. We had big shoulder pads. We balanced it with our hair and our earrings that were 5,000 pounds. So, you know, the fact that this sits so comfortably on my poor old earlobes is a good thing as well. So brand new today, 5 easy payments of $34.40. Keep in mind, if you've just joined us or you've shopped with us forever, we do want you to be able to shop with great confidence, especially during these times. So we have now adjusted everything to a 90-day love it or return it, or a 90-day exchange as well. I bought a few things for our Irish Day, and we're changing a size on 2 of the rings that we got just because, and we can. All right, we have the 18-inch and we have the 24-inch through 24. 18, 20, 22, and 24, and that could be for a guy as well as a girl. If you're looking for a build to ship to a young man, you can't be together, you'll be across the miles, but you want him to know how much you're thinking of him or her. That's that signature necklace. And then do you remember we had the gemstone bracelet? Well, here's the gemstone necklace to match it. It's the sterling silver gemstone bead chain necklace, beautifully done, on sale and on Easy Pay. And don't forget, in about 40 minutes, if you're starting to tune in and wondering, are we shoe shopping? You and me are shoe shopping together in the next hour. We've got some great shoes coming your way. Speaking of which, look how cute. So I actually just bought a pair of Bernardo sandals that almost look exactly like this. This is one of the most high-end designer sandals that we do. They're the raffia heeled platform sandals. They are so cute. They are so comfy. And we're the only ones that give you Easy Pay on the beauty of Bernardo. I'll tell you that story coming up. I know this is more of an investment sandal. Wait till you see the price I'm going to have for you on Spenco and my one time only. So join us for that. But right now we're finishing the last 40 minutes. We'll see our value of the day. You can always shop backwards at QVC. You don't have to just buy what's right on the air. But this is something that Morgan, our buyer, said, Jane, we thought of you when we brought this in. And I kind of just like got a little misty-eyed because, wow, it is brand new. It's a one and only. This is the only presentation on the day. The inside is going to be as spectacular as the outside. It's brand new, and it's 6 easy payments of $63.33. Incredible. Scott, this comes from, like you said, the Japan collection. Can you take us through this amazing bracelet?
So this is actually a launch we're doing for the fan. So my 2 weeks traveling through Japan, there were many legends that I learned. There were many things about the culture that I learned. One of them was the importance of the fan throughout history. So I wanted to bring the fan to life. So here it's actually the texture of the fan. So I want you to picture as many folding fans that are cascading down. It gives almost an Art Deco appeal. We do the hand-applied oxidation. That's beautiful. Look at all the depth of those fans as they lay across. Then you have the individual from the Kalahari, the dots, and then next to it, it's the rising sun of Japan. So I'm not sure if you're aware, Jane, did you know in Japan, when it comes to traditional attire, a woman was not considered fully dressed unless she had a fan with her. And back in the day, they used to have hand-painted fans. So when she would leave the house, they would, whether it was cherry blossoms or different symbols, it was the way you would communicate without using your words. So you would open the fan, and those who could decipher, that's how you spoke to them to send a message. And then in today's society, where you and I may bring flowers or a bottle of wine as a housewarming gift, depending on what you're celebrating, you go in there with a fan.
Wow.
But as you go in, there's my surprise for you. There you have the beautiful Mount Fuji, which is both revered and feared. You can see Mount Fuji from any place in Japan. It's known as a symbol of prosperity because as the rain comes down, that beautiful volcano, it goes through the bamboo forest and it brings prosperity. You have all the architecture. You have the Shinto shrines through there. There you have the cherry blossoms. The entire inside design was created by 4 photos that I took and that I sent to our artisans to recreate.
It's just spectacular. And you know what, Scott? I think one of the reasons why so many of us love the J collection is because there's a connection to this jewelry. And that, I mean, okay, we buy jewelry because it's beautiful, but we wear it and we treasure it because there is a connection. And my father's a very young man, joined the Merchant Marines and went all over the world, but one of his favorite places was Japan. And I have framed embroidery that we had framed years ago in my home that he bought in the 30s in Japan.
That's
So it's
awesome.
always been this, you know, I've never been, and I'm going to go someday, but it's always been this like thought of my father bringing back these exotic treasures. And then he was kind of like Dorothy. Other than the beach, there was no place like home, because why did he need to go a whole lot of places? He had truly been everywhere all over this planet. But I love that inside. There's just something so special that speaks to me, and I know speaks to so many people. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of these to go around. I mean, it's one of the boldest bracelets we're finding. Remember, we start at
Yes.
51.1 grams of silver. We just kind of glossed over that little nugget. Up
And
to
is that for the? And Jane, do we have the extra small in that one?
Yes, we have the extra small, only 2 dozen
So
left,
that-
but that's going to be the
so
one
that
that is
starts-
51.1 grams
That's-
in the extra small. And then I'm just going to
And
let
for-
Scott, everybody to know
Yep.
what we have left. Then in the small, we have 5 dozen left. In the average, fewer than 100. In the large, 4 dozen. In the extra large, okay, so this extra large, fewer than a dozen, I'm holding it in my hand. It weighs 63.2 grams of sterling silver. That's almost 2 ounces of precious sterling silver, but not just, oh, precious sterling silver,
pretty.
silver that tells a story on the outside and on the inside. I think one of these days you need to flip it, Scott. We want the picture
Jane,
story on
wait.
the outside.
May I say, wait till August.
Okay,
but-
you've just piqued my interest in Adrian's as well.
So don't you find the way that we design those fans where they're all folding and laying over, when you rub your finger across, you get such beautiful texture. And I love the fact while they are figurative fans, it gives me this Art Deco appeal. It almost has this scale-like motif. And then you have the beautiful stations of the rising sun, of the new day, the new beginning.
That's just
But the
beautiful, Scott. We do need to wrap it up. We are going to be seeing my pick of the show coming up next. We are still looking at our value of the day. But here is the matching ring to go along with that brand new bracelet. We only have about 150 to go around, and that's amongst all sizes. So Scott and I were together on Silver Day. It was the first time we ever did a designer show on Silver Day. I don't know what took us so long. And we had this this necklace, this pendant, I should say, this enhancer, and it was, yes, flying. It is the sterling silver gemstone butterfly enhancer. We don't have many to go around. The gemstones are gorgeous. It's $299.98 and on 6 easy payments. So this next bracelet sold out in its debut. Once on, sold out. Customer top rated. You have to have 4.5 stars at QVC. And I'm telling you stories like this. If you're new, if you watch us forever, you're like, okay, Jane, I know. But a lot of people who, you know, are home now and maybe looking at what can I watch that will lift my spirits, and they heard Scott's voice and are looking at this story and saying, well, I have to watch this. What that means is at least 4.5 stars out of 5 to be top rated, and you can't have 2 people, you have to have a certain number. So this is an overachiever, 4.7 stars, and it's the only presentation on the day. It just came back on stock after it flew out the door, and we don't have many to go around in its debut. If you want the small, we have 7 dozen. If you want the average, 140. If you want the large, 90. And remember, the large will fit an 8-inch wrist. That's comfortable wearing an 8-inch bracelet. The average fits up to that 7 1/4 inch. And then the small is what I wear. And that's, again, that 6 3/4 inch style. So I know we didn't get a chance to talk about it long, Scott, when you brought it to QVC last time, because it sold out completely. And I mean, I'm just thinking, like, you want to go floral? You just go floral. Go for it.
So the forget-me-not flower, the original reason why I brought it here is because I spent 2 weeks going through Alaska, and it was the state flower of Alaska. And as I was going through Mount Denali, we would see the patches of forget-me-not. So of course, being a history buff and being a total research nerd, I spent a lot of time looking into it because I love the bright, beautiful blue petals and I love the yellow stamen in there, but I wanted to find out what it meant and what was the significance. The history is so, so rich, which is why I wanted to bring it too. Not only nationally is it known as a symbol for Alzheimer's. They say that it's a reminder to celebrate the ones that you love who are here with you today. You do not wait for those to pass to then have remembrance parties. So forget me not. Whether I am here next to you or I am across the sea, we can still celebrate each other. And that is important. It's a connection of undying love that will never, ever break. That bond can never be broken. So as so many of us who have lost loved ones, quite often they say you walk through a field and you see a beautiful little in the meadow of the forget-me-nots growing, and that's the symbol. Jane, I know your connection with red cardinals.
Yes.
This is the same type of story. It's that forget-me-not, I am here with you. They bloom when it is necessary.
Oh. And, you know, we talked about it before. To do this as Bill 2, Ship 2, to have this arrive at somebody's door, maybe it's a big reason why, maybe it's just because. I mean, it is beautiful. And I love what Good Karma says. It's beautiful. I'm stunned at how nice it is. It fits me true to size. It's worth every penny. And our penny is 9-month specials. Financing is another option if you have a Q card, or if you want to get one, you can go online or give us a call. $33.33. So Scott, I've always loved this piece. And yes, it flew out the first and only day it was on the air. My mother's had 2 of her best friends. One was named Chicky. She was my godmother. The other one was Bunny. We used to tease my mom that you only have like animal friends. But Bunny was, oh my gosh, an amazing woman. And she was kind of tough as nails on the outside, but had a heart of gold. And so my mother was nutritionist. She was working, and Bunny said, I'm going to take Janie to see Santa Claus. And I remember this day like it was yesterday. I had a coat, I had gloves, I had a hat. I was 5, and we got in a taxi. Well, I thought I was, going to the plaza in New York. I think we went to 69th Street outside of Philly, but still, wow. We met Santa, we had lunch, and we came home. And my mother said, well, now we need to buy something to thank Bunny for being so sweet to you all day long. And I was like, okay. And I remember we went to a little gift shop that was right around the corner on Baltimore Pike in Springfield. And there was a little ceramic bouquet of these blue and yellow flowers, and they were called Forget-Me-Not. And I dictated a little note and scribbled my name, and Bunny always had them in her apartment. So when I look at this, it reminds me of a memory that's, are you ready for it? 53 years ago, because I was 5. And that's what this bracelet brings to life and brings to light.
I mean, but that's perfect, because that is the true story of the Forget-Me-Not. Who is it that you want to remember? Who is it that you don't want to forget? So many of us have had family members that we've lost to Alzheimer's or dementia. I mean, is that the celebration that speaks to you? I mean, and then that's just the meaning of it, but the artistry, these are 3 different carvings to create this relief style. So up top, it's a sculptural 3-dimensional of when you put your fingers across it, there are so many highs and lows, but it's still smooth at the touch. And then down below it, so picture a screen of carved sterling. That's a beautiful shot. But look at how the blossoms are coming right up to you as you look down on that meadow. Down below that is another piece of solid sterling silver that we basically painted with hand-applied oxidation, so it gives that gleaming silver. And then it's all framed in the beautiful basket weave. And then on the inside, we then engraved Forget-Me-Not, and you have another field of beautiful Forget-Me-Not flowers. So this is just that beautiful thing wrapped around your wrist of maybe that's someone speaking to you saying, Forget-Me-Not. Maybe it's looking down on your wrist and saying, I'll never forget you. No matter where you are always with me. But at the same time, maybe you just love beautiful flowers.
I was just going to say, I took the words right out of my mouth. Like, maybe it's just, like my mom used to say, hope springs eternal. And, when the flowers poke their little heads up every spring, you're
Makes
like, there you are, you're back.
Yes.
The daffodils are in full swing in our yard. And it's like, hi, guys. Thank you. Thanks for being so happy. And so if you're wearing
thanks for coming back.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. We appreciate it. If you wear this next to the Today's Special Value, I love to see how a woman stacks a wrist. Like, look what Adrienne has done. So there is the tiger stripe bracelet. There is the I love cuff. There is the symbols of love link bracelet with the cross. And then there is the current bracelet, the forget-me-not. I love that Adrienne was not like, I'm going to stick with one metaphor. I'm going for it. I'm putting this together with my black and white outfit. But Scott, we need to give everybody an update because this is flying. If you want the small, and that will fit you if you normally wear like a 6 3/4 inch wrist or under, we have 5 dozen. And keep in mind, this sold out when it was first presented and only presented one other time. In the average, which is going to fit you if you're about 7 1/4, between 7 and 7 1/4 inch bracelet, we have about 100 to go around and 5 dozen in the large. And if you're new, don't worry because our exchanges are free. And usually it's 30 days, but we're growing and changing with you right now. It kind of reminds me of when I got my job and 2 weeks later they said, hey, go on the air. I mean, we're navigating these waters together and we're bringing you now 90 days to either love it or return it or exchange it for a different size. And if you say, what is this special financing? Because I mentioned with 9-month special financing, this comes home for $33.33 a month. It's our own card. It's our cute card. So you can either apply online or you can give us a call. And not everything comes with extra financing, but that bracelet does. But there's always something fun going on with a cute card. So it might be something that you might want to check out online or give us a call. Okay, that's fun music. Because every time we hear that music, we know something wonderful is coming our way. Scott Grimes, we're going to kind of reset because he is joining us via Skype from his home as our, not just the guy that talks about it or brings it to us. He births it. He lives it. This is his passion, and he listens to you. So if you're new to the J Collection and you find Scott on social media, you can tell him like it is, and he will make the changes because I know you do, my friend Scott. So this is one of the last looks of the day. First of all, I want to thank you for being with us live via Skype. I was watching last night. I was watching you and Jen earlier today, and it is funny because usually you're next to me and I feel even more connected to you because I just get to look at you and the jewelry. Like you said, you see the jewelry, but I'm usually going like this and then going like that. So I love this.
You know you can never get rid of me.
You're never getting rid of me either. No, tough. You're stuck with me. As my sister says, tough beans, I'm here. So this is our today's special value. And Scott will tell you the workmanship that goes into it, but it's handcrafted, hand assembled, and hand polished. One of the heaviest bracelets you will ever see as a silver today's special value. And I say that as the woman who started Silver Savings and then Silver Style 970 years ago on QVC. We had 3 choices in the design. And when I say the design, I mean this part of the bracelet. We had 3 choices. We are down to 2. And in one of the choices, we've already lost a size. We had 14,000 handcrafted, hand-assembled, and hand-polished bracelets to start. We have 4,200. I know that sounds like a lot, but over 800 have been ordered in this show. And you know, this might be that moment. Again, you never have to shop to watch us. If this is just something you're enjoying listening to Scott and you're learning and you're just wow, dazzled, that's great. But if you're my silver lover and you want to indulge in a bracelet that I have to say, I don't think you will ever need to buy another heavy status link bracelet again. That's how thick and heavy and gorgeous this is. I don't want you to be disappointed. And just so you know, the price will go up at the end of the day. Sometimes with the today's special value, we started at midnight and we extend the price a little bit longer. With this one, we knew we could just do it for a day. And there's no auto delivery. There's no advance order. You got to get it while we have it. So there are 5 sizes. First time ever we've offered extra large in a today's special value from Jay, or pretty much across the board from almost anybody in jewelry. If you want the extra large size, and that's going to fit your wrist if you normally need like 8.5 inches in your bracelet. This will actually measure longer because it is, hold on, so thick on the side. But if you want the extra large, we have floral, and that's it. Fewer than 100. Probably, Scott, by the time you bop into the find with Courtney and Sean, this will be down to just 4 sizes, not 5, because the extra large sold out in 2 and only 100 left in the floral. So we start at or 32.4 grams for the extra small, and we go to 41.4 grams to the extra large. And I'm laughing because if this was a gram an inch, it'd be considered a heavyweight. So that means like, you know, like around 9 grams for the extra large. You're at 41.4, dude. This is amazing.
Again, because it took 7 years to find out what you all wanted from me when it comes to a bold status link. Jane and I have spoken earlier. If you look at some of the highest end jewelry designers in the world, they all have a signature link. They all have that iconic image that once you see, you're like, oh, that's so-and-so, that's so-and-so. But quite often when you see them, they're beautiful from afar. And then you say, you know what, I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to spend 4 or 5 figures on it. And then you go to put it on, you're like, why is it tinny? Why is it thoughtless? Why is the lobster clasp basic? I wanted to bring you something that spoke to the J DNA. So you love, 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 and I'm not saying this, you have shared with me, our box chain. So I've taken your favorite box chain and I've elongated the box. So all those high polished links you see, just picture that's your box link. I blew it up and I added even more silver. I still soften the edges so it's modern. That gleaming silver grabs that light in such a modern and fresh way. And then we went through and looked at what texture do you love the most? Our number one selling, our most coveted texture is Jane's favorite, the floral. So then we went and carved individual links to tie all the high polished ones, individually soldered them together to give you that contrast of the high gleaming status link, but then the beautiful texture of that artistry, of the artisanship that you will feel that comes alive. And when you look at that link, it's not like, oh, I'm only going to do the texture where you can see it. Every single one of those links is solid and designed all the way around. Look at the detail of the floral right there. Look at the petal coming over the edge. When you rub your finger, it's not a perfect little rectangle there. You feel all the texture, the dimension of that carving. Beautiful flowers to last you a lifetime. And to make sure that it felt and it wears well. Jane had mentioned earlier, as opposed to it not being resin filled or hollow, we didn't just make one machine made link and then wrap it around and say, here you go, here, this is status because we advertise it and we pay for a very high-end fashion model. We said, no, let's be thoughtful. Let's make the largest link right in the center. Let's then bring it down just slightly. You may not even notice, but you'll recognize the fit. You'll notice how comfortable it is. So as the textured links go into the next high polished links, I've brought that down just slightly in the millimeters. And then the next one to there too, just slightly again. So what happens is, when you wear this, it is actually wearable. You've told me you love my box chains because you've put it on 4 years ago and you never, ever take it off.
Right.
I've given you the same swivel clasp is on there. Every detail you've ever loved at J is there. I've now just brought it to you in the boldest and our first ever status link that just screams elevated couture.
And then we're going to talk about the craftsmanship that goes into it, because in many cases it is an art that might be lost if it weren't for people like you that insist upon bringing this gorgeous jewelry. We'd love, if you're new, to tell you what our customers have said about Scott's collection, about the J jewelry. But keep in mind, this price is expiring at the end of the day, and I never want you to be disappointed and have to spend more. If this is on your list and you want it, I want you to get it before midnight West Coast. But this is what people say. Totally satisfied. This is a well thought out, well executed, and unique line of jewelry, and the ring is not my first purchase. After receiving the ring, it certainly will not be my last. QVC is lucky to have this brand in their jewelry merchandise mix. I agree, Scott. Stunning, absolutely stunning. You will need to see it in person. True wearable art. This person said, outstanding, my new favorite. You cannot appreciate the detailed work without seeing it in person. It's so comfortable, I stare at it all day. They were referring to these treasures that Scott has brought to us. And I said this earlier, you buy this once. You'll never have to go back and buy yourself another static link bracelet from anybody, because love is all you need, one is all you need. That's right there, whether you stack it or you wear it alone. So I'm over here at our little show and tell table because you may look at this and think, well, what does handcrafted, hand assembled, and hand polished really mean? We're here to tell you. And it all starts with a sketch, doesn't it, Scott?
So this is from our J Master artisans. So they'll make, as you see, a two-dimensional rendering by hand. From based off my inspiration, as we work with them, as I tell them what you love, then they render the sketch, but again, it's two-dimensional. The art really happens when we go to the next step. It's called the lost art of wax carving. They say lost art because nobody wants to do it anymore, because it's so labor intensive and it's a dying art. So what you see there with Jane, that first started off as a little cube, and they turn around and they cut and they break it down into a certain size. Then they individually will turn a 2D, a flat illustration, into a three-dimensional sculpture.
Right.
At that point, and that's every link, you guys, that's every lobster class, that's anything you see at Jay. What Jane's showing you there now, that's called a silicone mold. So from there, they're going to take a master casting. They're going to put the mold around it. They then cut it open. And from there, where you see that little hole, there will be an artisan who goes up to the wax machine. They put it into the tube. It injects itself with the wax. Once it cools and solidifies, they will then open it up again. They will take it out. You can only use the silicone mold so many times because you don't want the wear and tear. And again, I apologize about the state of that wax tree.
That's
It's been through a bit of a hurricane.
And it shows how fragile it is as well, Scott.
So from there, those are your high polish links and then your floral textured links. You'll notice with those floral texture links how they're open in the middle. That's how we're then going to connect them to the high polished. So we take that wax carving, they individually put them on, and this next one is so darn cool. Look at that.
It's so heavy.
So from there, that's actually the wax carving that's been injected with sterling silver that's been liquefied to about 1,000 degrees, and then it's solidified. But look, it almost looks like a little yellowish. It hasn't been treated. It almost looks a little patina. It hasn't been polished. We individually cut every single link off. And here you're going to see a bracelet that's been laid out, but hasn't been soldered together by our silversmith. So that's one of your bracelets right there. All of those steps just to get there. Then they individually solder the piece together. And what's amazing is, because you'll hear, oh, hand applied oxidation, what's the big deal? This is the big deal.
Yeah.
This is the difference of giving you that beautiful high polish, bringing that silver, as you say. How do you say it? The Inca calls it, what was it, Jane?
The tears of the moon.
Look at the tears of the moon on the right and the jaundice of the left.
Yeah.
I mean, so we've taken it and first you oxidize it. So all the depth underneath there to give you the contrast of the gleaming sterling silver, and then all the oxidation through the hand applied of the floral, and then polish it, and treat it with love. That's where you have the craftsmanship. We call it soulful craftsmanship at Jay Jewelry, which means just find a style of Jay that you like. I hope you adore the status link because, as Jane says, you get it once.
You get it once.
Wear it for a lifetime.
You do. And it becomes that heirloom piece. It becomes the piece that maybe a goddaughter or a granddaughter wears. So I want to give everybody an update, Scott, because these have been so popular. We started with 14,000, and you just saw that. So imagine 14,000 times somebody had to go through.
7 months, my friend.
I know. That was a lot. So, okay, so 14,000 at midnight. Here's what we have left. In the basket weave, extra small, 230. In the small, 250. In the average, 550. And in the large, 300. Then in the floral, and that's been more popular. So what we have here, just so you guys know if you're new, the sizes are represented in the basket weave, but then we have the floral right here to show you the pattern. So, but they do come in all the sizes as well. In the small, in the floral, in the extra small, I should say, only 450. In the small, 520. Average is the most popular size. We have 1,100 to go around. And then in the large, we have 540. And in extra large, 6 dozen. And that is the only extra large bracelet that we have in our value of the day because the two other choices have sold out completely. We had 3 patterns at midnight and they were the best selling pattern, but we brought in the most of the floral because it is the most popular. And why do you think that, Scott? Why do you think Jay collectors love that floral story?
Well, who doesn't love flowers? As you say, when the daffodil came from underground to greet you to say that spring was here, Who doesn't want to be greeted with flowers that last a lifetime? And if you like artistry, if you are someone who likes the quality and the detail, and you want to know that someone created something for you, the floral gives you the most details. It's the most intricate. It's the hardest one for us to create. It's the most time consuming because, as you see, each of those links are different, even in the floral patterns. So to go through and create that work of art and put enough pressure into that wax that you saw, and then fill it with the pools of oxidation, then high polish to bring the gleam in the highs and lows, it really is probably one of the most artistic of all the textures.
I agree. And I think that, you know, this is, yes, it's an investment, but it's also an extraordinary amount of precious metal. You know, there's platinum and there's gold and there's silver when you talk about the precious metals, and they cannot be reduced by fire. And this is 92.5 parts pure precious silver that not just generations, but thousands of years and cultures have loved. The Italians used to call it the friendly metal because they loved working with it. So you're looking at a bracelet which was, you know, touched by so many hands, hand polished, hand crafted, hand assembled, giving you more weight in a bracelet than I know we've ever done as a Today's Special Value with you, Scott. I mean, 41.4 grams for the few that we have left in that extra large. And even though if you hear or read that the measurement is actually longer, for instance,
yes,
the 8-inch fit actually measures 8.5 inches. That's because there's such a richness and a thickness to the bracelet. It needs a little bit more room to curve around your wrist, right?
Exactly. That was all the engineering detail. Again, that goes to the thoughtfulness of working with a designer jewelry team. It's creating the pieces that are going to fit you and give you that drape that you want.
I took all my other bracelets off. I thought, you know, we've been stacking it.
Perfect, though.
But you don't need anything else with this bracelet.
Jane, it completely, my humble opinion, it elevates anything that you are wearing. So if you're running out the door and you were like my mom, who was like, oh my goodness, I need to put my lips on and let me get a piece of jewelry so I look like I'm dressed. I mean, it really is. It's that piece that you put on that not only I think you become known for, it's your signature, but it shows that it's refined. It shows the elegance. It shows the elevation. When we say status, I don't look at it as, oh, it's status, if you will. For me, it's status because you're a woman who knows quality, who knows to invest in herself, who knows what she wants and what she deserves. You like classic styles. You like iconic silhouettes. You grew up with the breakfast at Tiffany's and saw how flawless she looked. That's the look you want to create. You're not the trend follower. You don't care what's hip this season. You want to know what's hip for the rest of your life. That's where this comes in.
Right.
I went back into an iconic design that literally every design home does, but I've made it J. I've taken your box chain, I elongated. I've given your favorite textures. I've given you weight that is unheard of in today's jewelry industry because nobody wants to put the time or the investment in it.
Right.
And then to come out, if you were to go in a brick and mortar door, I promise you cannot say, may I have an extra small? May I have an extra large? It's a special order. It's 90 days to, normally it's like 120 days. You mean, and can you please pay up front? Or they'll say, okay, great, you want an extra large? Let me show you what we have in our men's collection.
Right.
And as a woman, you're like, well, I'm not a man. I would like this. I want a woman's bracelet.
Right.
So this is why I think it's been so welcome today. I think why so many people have fallen in love with it. I believe you can see it and instantly recognize that it's quality, but that it's forever.
Yes. It really is. And that's what jewelry should be. Those are the pieces I treasure from my mom from the mid to late 40s. You know, how many years ago is that now? Wow, who's counting? That I can still put on my wrist today. And now you have a bracelet that is going to become that moment. And, you know, if you're thinking about someone across the miles, you won't be there for a celebration, but you will celebrate later. And man, when you do, it's going to be joyous and amazing because we're not going to be taking anything for granted. We're going to love every minute with our friends and family face to face because it will happen. Here is a bracelet that if you want to send it off to her and say, you know what, we're going to celebrate soon, but I wanted you to have this. Or you yourself say, it's my moment. Or, you know, like we said, Scott, you don't buy anything, but you've just been taking these 2 hours to escape and relax and smile. And we all need that too, don't we?
Oh, completely. And then just to add on to what you said, Mother's Day is around the corner. Who would not want flowers that last a lifetime?
Right.
Would you not like to look down and have your daughter know that every time she looks down at her wrist, she's thinking of you? You've elevated, you've given her a keepsake that she'll have for the rest of her life. And I say the rest of her life because the quality is going to be there.
Yes.
So when Jane and I speak weight, it's not like saying, oh, here's a brick of silver. Congratulations. I always joke around, a Picasso is canvas and paint. But it's a Picasso who makes that art and makes it legendary, makes it beautiful. Not that we are anything near Picasso, but having the talent of a master artisan in this team to create the quality and craftsmanship and know what is going to be timeless and classic, that's why I think it's forever jewelry.
Right. And it is weighty and weight. It's not heavy that like, oh my gosh, it's heavy to wear, but it is a weighty, beautiful piece of jewelry. If you're a little bit of a bull in a china shop like I am, nicknamed Calamity Jane, and you need jewelry that's going to be really tough and hard because you wear it rough and hard, this is your bracelet. So we started with 14,000. We only have 3,800 to go around. And if you want the extra large size, we have it in floral, and that is it. And there are 4 dozen. So for all intents and purposes, Scott, because everybody can shop online while we're shopping for shoes in just a couple minutes. They can shop for the J collection. Most likely when you and Courtney and Sean hang out together in the Find later on tonight on Tuesday Vibes, pretty much going to be almost reassured that we will not have the extra large left. It's already, we had 3 patterns at midnight. 1 completely sold out. We have 2 patterns left. I'm showing you all the sizes in the basket weave, but we also have it in the floral, all sizes. And you have free exchanges for 90 days now. We don't want you to feel like you're locked into something that 30 days just make you feel like, oh, I don't know. We're going to extend it to 90 days during this time because that's the right thing to do for you to make your shopping as easy as possible. But the only thing I got to warn you about is it's kind of like a bibbidi bobbidi boo moment at the end of the night. When we get to midnight West Coast, the price will go up. And if you tried to find a 32 to 41 weight in sterling silver bracelet, handcrafted, hand assembled, and hand polished, our QVC price in the future, that's almost $70 more, would still be amazing. That's a good price. I'm proud of that. But today at $199.98, it is reason to treat yourself to something special.
So I will say, Jane, I will be very proud when we reorder and in a year we get more in to bring it back at $269.
Yeah.
Because that price is still flawless. When we go out into the market and we see what the other status links are selling for, and then the worst is when you feel it, you're like, why? Why are people investing in some other company's marketing dollars as opposed to the quality of their jewelry? So the $199 is a phenomenal value that I'm beyond thrilled.
Yeah,
and I'm honored that QVC chose it.
Well, and I know the top ratings are going to come floating in because it's going to be amazing. And one thing we haven't mentioned, which is really cool, free shipping and handling. Sometimes it's just that extra little incentive to get you to say, you know what, I think I really want that. And wait, it's shipping for free. Okay, it's mine. Scott, thank you so much. I feel like you're right next to me. I love that we got to chat together with all your wonderful friends and fans. And I know you're going to be back tonight after shoe shopping in the 10 o'clock show, right?
Yes, my friend. And can I say thank you very, very much. And as I said, we love watching your videos of all the dance offs and everything. So I feel like we were in the Swiss Alps with you.
Aw, thank you, my dear friend. Thank you, Scott. Have a great night.
Thanks, everyone. I appreciate y'all.
Thanks. So Scott will be back as Tuesday Vibe continues. And we're getting ready for shoe shopping with Jane. On the next edition of Tuesday Vibes with Jane and Sean, we have 2 hours with Josie Marin Cosmetics starting at 6 o'clock. The first winner of the Customer Choice Beauty Award for Clean Beauty. And then at 8, you know what we're going to do. We're going to shoe shop together. And then at 10 o'clock, we have The Find with Sean Killinger for 2 hours. I promise it will be fun, that next edition of Tuesday Vibes.
Tune in Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern on QVC.
On the next edition of Friday at 6 o'clock, Jane and David are back together again, and we'll be shopping with you until 9 when Isaac is back with beautiful fashions you know and love. And then we have today's top tech at 10. So glad I said that right. And then at 11, Dare to Share Beauty. It's all on the next edition of Friday.
Guess what, everyone? I have a huge surprise for you. For the month of March, you're getting 20% off my friends and family sale. I want to thank you for all your love and support throughout the years. I never take it for granted, and I wouldn't be here without you.
It's the When Friends and Family sale all month long on QVC.com, QVC apps, and select hours on QVC. You're watching QVC.
Well, you brighten up my life and my night, and I'm so happy you're with me for shoe shopping, because let's face it, I was on the treadmill earlier today. We're walking around our houses. We're kind of getting creative. We're looking things to do to keep active. Maybe we're outside on the deck. So we wanted to put together a shoe shopping show that would bring you amazing prices. Hey, Tanisha, you look amazing in that first shoe that's coming up, as well as maybe some pieces and designers you've never seen before. So are you ready? Let's take a sneak peek. Okay, I know how much you love Easy Street, and this is the Easy Street perforated espadrille wedge called Joanne. She should be $55.50, and that's a really great price. And how about $45.89? But that's only to the end of the show. So we love shoes and we need shoes. So let's talk shoes. But when we finish up this hour, we're going to see this price go up. And for 6 months, it's going to be the lowest price for the season. And this too shall pass, and we will be out and we'll be having fun. And even if you're just, putting on your Sunday best and putting those on in your house, good for you. But now we have an opportunity for you to try one of the most popular brands that are podiatrist designed. They have the seal of approval from the American Podiatric Medical Association, and you're looking at the 2 best sellers from Spenco. Now, this is what we call a jump start. So I'm not going to do a whole lot of insight into the brand. We'll talk about that a little bit later when we get to it. But we offered for the first time ever, just not even a year ago, less than that, Spenco's best sellers. This is called the Colo, and the Colo is if you don't want a thong, or you just love that extra slide, plus you need total adjustability, so it's got that hook and loop closure to make it a little bit tighter or a little bit looser. These are whole sizes only, so half sizes are going to go up. So that's called the Colo, in the cool, like bohemian design. And that comes in these beautiful colors such as your powder blue, your mint, the tan, the navy, the black, and the blush. By the way, that is the Colo pattern, which is the one which is adjustable. And that's great if your foot is slightly narrower or slightly wider, because you can adjust it. But then we have the thong, and that one is called the Yumi. And Yumi is the best-selling thong sandal that Spenco makes. Wait till you hear about their pedigree and where they started and where they come. So if you want that thong, don't wait long. You know why? We have a clearance price on this bestseller. They can't come back in stock. We kind of just found out that we can't get either the Colo that I'm wearing. Wait for it. Wait, I'm going to be snazzy. We're going to have a shoe stop and snazzy moment. So in the tan, that is what the Yumi looks like, the thong sandal. That is what the Colo, the slide, looks like. Maybe you want both, because at this point, they're down to $35.25. So Spenco started by making inserts, mostly for runners. Dr. Wayman, and I was there in this shoe. And I own it in the mint, and I still wear it in the mint, and my mint looks brand new. But when that came out, it was a shoe that was on QVC for $51.50. It actually, in full disclosure, was a today's special value, so it was probably in the mid 40s, okay? It was not, my friends, and I know because I got mine. It was not $29.12 or $26.48, but it is tonight. And I just want to spend a moment. I had no idea when we introduced the shoe. It's kind of like that caged or gladiator style upper, broken in softness. It's Skechers, for goodness sake, with the suede. You might think, oh, that's a really good price for that man, kind of like that caged or $26.48, but it is $40s, okay? It was not, my friends, and I know because I got mine. It was not $29.12 or $26.48, but it is $40s, okay? It was not, my friends, and I know because I got mine. It was not $29.12 or $26.48, but it is tonight. And I just want to spend a moment. I had no idea when we introduced the shoe. It's kind of like that caged or gladiator style upper, broken in softness. It's Skechers, for goodness sake, with the suede. You might think, oh, that's a